Hello everybody! Don't mind me, I was just fiddling with some settings. Because like oh, it must have just gone up again. There we go. That's better. So the game audio shouldn't be too loud now. It must have turned up when I switched scenes, because that happens occasionally when like I've got the mouse and stuff on there. Although it has been a while since that's happened, so it's not too bad. It was way too loud. Hello, apologies for the scare. Just wanted to make sure that you guys are up. So it should have the music and stuff. When I change from the game to OBS, it'll end up switching between like the music and the game. So like you'll be able to see everything. So audio better? We're all good? Rose says, Paige says, Mushroom Boy's gonna go. Yes, everybody is going. We've got Elena's quest to finish. We've got Gustav, I believe, went in the last episode. We've got our lovely little mushroom boy, Stanley, who's going to be heading off, and even Stella herself. Who knows if Jackie will stay on the boat or not. That we shall see, I suppose. Vol says, anyways, look, thanks for the lurk, Vol. I appreciate you. As you can see, stream, we have 5% left. 5% of this game left. So without further ado, let's get to it. Alright. Oh, Francis right off the bat. Hi, Stanley. Good morning, my dear. Oh, hi, Francis. Let's see what errands you have for us today. So, we've got a late night shopping list. So we need 5 Electrum sheets. And then we'll get a treasure map. We've got too many items on the menu. Elena's lesson. I have no idea where to get the octopus. Like, we got one of them, but I don't know how to get the other 2. But we can plant some extra things, bits and pieces, which isn't too bad. I have no idea how we're going to get all those gems, though. Stanley in the corner. Yeah, and we've got Jackie on the boat. So we've got Stanley. I'm hungry. It's illegal to let children go hungry. That it is. Apologies, my child. I will give you pancakes. Ouch. Whoop. What the hell? Stella, I didn't do nothing wrong, alright? It was these gosh darn little psycho critters. They just lashed out at me. Bunch of lunatics. I'm caring for y'all, alright? You sure? You know, I'd be dead if I didn't care for you. Jackie, I think you just need to be needed at this point, my guy. You should just pump him full of smoke and dump him off the boat. That seems a bit harsh. The little... Gosh, the bees. Shit. Shit. I'm doing it again, aren't I? It's Daria all over again. They're just bees. They can't do anything wrong. And Daria, she's just Daria. I don't know why I get like that, Stella. Sometimes something happens. Anything, a big noise, or someone says something I don't like, or they've got has an attitude, or has a bad attitude. And it just gets so overwhelming. It feels like I'm drowning, and I can't breathe, and I can't think. I just start seeing red, and then I barely remember what happened. I want to change, Stella. You gotta believe me, please. I don't know how. I thought I could do it by myself, but obviously Yeah, I'm a chump. I know it. Jackie the loser. I don't think I haven't heard that one before. Can't do anything right or is messing up. I need some time alone. I can't talk to you right now. Oh. Okay, Jackie getting in deep. John says it's in the rocky areas, the octopus. Which are rocky area? Paige says, I made chicken nuggets. Ooh, very nice. John says, I have chicken burgers. Very good, very good. It came! Whoops, sorry. I'm trying to speak to... Here we go. You have to check this out. I subscribed to this magazine a few weeks ago. It's the Looter's Literary Review. What? Are you kidding me? You don't know what that is. It's just the most epic treasure hunting magazine out there. Every issue has a very difficult and fantastic riddle to find lost treasures of Crows and Ink trading empire. Ooh, treasure. They ferried goods from island to island before Raccoon Inc. became a merchant powerhouse. Crow's End reigned supreme. Of course, Theodore Raccoon started ambushing Crow's End vessels out of pure mercantile spite. The company collapsed after a few months of constant attack. Their wreckages still haunt our seas to this day. Entire shipments of valuables were lost at sea and never recovered. Until now. The answers are all in there. One Crow's End Ink treasure chart per issue. That's the promise. The rest of the magazine is articles about living off the land and fighting your dreams when sleeping. It even has ads for crystals and dragon eggs. That's a pretty thorough magazine. It's a pretty great magazine. The guy who writes it's called Casper Crayford. Obviously a pseudonym for security reasons. And to protect himself from fans and Raccoon Inc. Anyway, I just got my first issue. There's an article on secret airwaves that can cook food in seconds. I'm gonna read that right now. You should take a crack at this issue's riddle. I bet it's a hard one. Go ahead, open it up. Alright, Looter's Literary Review. Let's have a look. The front reads, Adventurer First Order Buck. John says BRB, that's okay. Take your time, John. Looter's Literary Review presents the first of the Crow's End Ink lost bounties. And remember, salt can be a treacherous foe when you are made of ice. See enclosed Politan chart for reference. Okay, so we've got a key item. I imagine is that chart. Somewhere. Where is it? Menacing sheep. That's not helpful. Homemade paper. Lost at sea. There we go. A chart. Alright, chart that details the locations of a secret diving treasure. Oh wow. What an adventure! And look at that, you got a Politan chart, which is basically just a pretty looking treasure map. That will help you find the treasure more easily. It's an old map, so it might not be that easy. You can still use it with the projector in the archive room. Go try it. Okay, so we'll go there. Foal says Russia's Literary Review. Wow. I mean, maybe, except that I don't think every Russian magazine has a treasure map attached. Alright, what are you up to? Hey. Hi, Jackie. Hey, Stella. We need to have a talk. Oh. I'm not doing good, Stella. Like, not at all. I know I act tough and all, but truth be told, I don't think I've ever been doing good. Shit. You know, you really do get on my nerves sometimes. Always so happy or caring. Just sparkly. I don't know how you do it. I've seen those people you care for. I know them because I've cared for them too. And yeah, sure, some of them are nice and all, but most of them, pardon my language, they're assholes. Nitpicky, demanding, rude. But you, everything seems to just glide over you. Some old cockatoo yells at you because their pudding's the wrong color and you just smile. Softly, gently. Always. And then you magically fix the situation. You're always the first to arrive and the last to leave. And I've never heard you bad-mouthing a patient. As for me, I need help, Stella. Whenever I try and get better on my own, I just wind up sliding back in a dark place. And I'm so sick of being angry all the time. I think it's time I stop kidding myself. I'm not a caretaker. I can't even take care of myself. So, you know, guess you have a new patient now. Sorry to be a burden like that. Not that I know any other way to live. So, now the hard thing's been said. My room's a little bare, don't you think? I want a fresh start, but I'm not sure a naked jail cell is the way to go. When I think of something, I'll just ask you straight, no games. For the moment though, could you get me like some posters or something? I can't stand the concrete walls anymore. I really need them covered up. I feel like I'm getting cabin fever in there. I'm almost at the make a girlfriend out of mashed potatoes point right now. Okay, so we need motivational posters for Jackie. Also same bud. And Zigzag says, Envy, hi! Hi, Zigzag. And John's back. Hello again, John. Welcome back, welcome back. So Jackie was just, oh boy, Mans was having a moment. But that happens from time to time, you know? Sometimes you just get a bit sad. So I need a bronze sheet and clear glass. Oh, actually, while I'm here, let's have a quick look at the quest logs. So we've got Looter's Literary Review. We need to project the Looter's Literary Review. We have to improve all of our stations. I think we've improved most of our stations. We've got The Last Vacation, Stella's Last Voyage, and Hang in There Skeleton. Awesome. Ball says Jake Peralta. Who is Jake Peralta? Where is he? I would like to have words. Oh, actually, wait. Just before I head off to do other things, it was... Yeah, but if I do that one, then I can't do Eleanor's. Alright, well, guess we're gonna head off to... Where is the rocky area that has the octopus? Zigzag says, Officer Peralta. Ah, yes, fair enough. We can get some treasure there. I mean, might as well get some treasure while we're here. Goodbye, Francis. And let's go into the archive room. Oh, that smell. My sincerest apologies for pestering you with such mundane requirements, Commander. But your humble servant feels the need of assistance. I would gladly accept the smallest of scraps from your magnificent cooking skills. Anything, really. Okay, I'll give you some food. Do you like fruit? Fruit is made of the lost souls from warriors. Eating this blessing would be sacrilegious. Okay. Okay, so you don't eat fruit. Do you eat muesli? Okay. A dreadful level 3 lactose intolerance. Yes, it's a contrainfectual. I won't talk about what happens if I ingest the smallest amount of dairy. So you can't ingest dairy either. Shellfish stew? Blessed be the stars. I salute your insights, Commander. You astutely guessed that my heart would be brimming with joy with the sight of a good old-fashioned meal. An ancestral delight of epic resonance. Many thanks. May the lords of Warren accompany you on your path. Oops, sorry, I spat on you a bit. That's okay. Can I talk? I mean, Stella, welp. I can't believe the campaign is over. I mean, yeah, I'm thrilled, but I don't know. I feel empty now. You know what? I'll prepare a little something else for you. Something simpler maybe, just to take a breather. You'll see. That's alright. Well, we can do a bit of investigation here. Ball says Andy helps. She blinded me with science is once again looping in my brain. I can't help you with that one. I don't know how to get it out of your brain. You could always listen to like Crazy Frog Popcorn. You could try that. See if that helps. Whoa. Okay. I can't really see it, but okay. What a great riddle. I bet you won't figure it out. I know where to look, but I've taken an oath. The looter's oath. Which states never talk about looting with another looter. You're on your own for this one, Stella. But Buck's the one who's taken that oath. Let me find the voice. 1 second. Arr! Ahoy there, matey. Old Johnny Silverleg's right here by me maiden side, hoisting the mainsail. As an humble buccaneer, I could ne'er disobey me captain. These curs and ink treasures are just an old corsair's dream. If ye need it, I can offer up me cartography knowledge. Come and see me if you're feeling lost on these seas. Arr! Good luck, captain. Okay, so we're now his captain. Nice. Alright, let's grab this treasure. John says, not gonna lie, these burgers could have been better. Well, what would you have added to make them better? Would you have added like extra like tomato sauce or something? Or it's like a little more complex to it. Hi Lily. Hi Lily. Rocky areas. We'll head through there and then head to find that rocky spot where the octopus lives. I will feed you because you're a nuisance to me if I don't. And let's actually put some food on. Because there's all these people that can't really eat many things. Do we have any sweetener? There we go. Cook that up. Thank you for the candy. Because it doesn't classify as fruit anymore once it's a fruit candy. Alright, now let's actually have a look at that projection, hey? Alright, so there's a rocky thing. So 2 rocks. Let's look at that on the map. Alex! Right on time, my wonderful seal friend. Let's get hopping and try and figure out where this treasure is. 2 rocks, 2 rocks, 2 rocks. Here maybe? Crow's End Ink, like actually there maybe? Otherwise, where's another place that looks like it might be? Oh, maybe Loneberg. So it could be Loneberg or actually there. You know what? We'll try there first. John says, I don't know, like more bread. I mean, absolutely fair. You could have more bread. Would you have like a different type of bread? What type of bread did you use? Wait, let's have a look at the map again just to make sure that we have a shape in our brain. Project. Okay. So maybe a bit, because it's down. We'll see if we can find that one. You just use standard burger buns? I mean, fair enough. So not this one. That's a bit funny, but it's not quite. They're after something with a bit more. Greenhalton Bay, I don't think so. No. Not, oh, probably Loneberg. At a guess. I think it's Loneberg. Let's try Loneberg. Zigzag says a bit more bread to match out the texture and flavor of the rest of it. Up to Loneberg, up to Loneberg. Let's track this treasure down. Come away with me. Whoop. Alright. I think so from now. Then once we're at that point, we can try and guess. Because we're close enough to it that we should be able to... Alright, so it'll be that curve. Alright, let's try the curve. Around we go. I've got so many different places that we could try and do it as. So like... there? I think. Because it doesn't look like it's super far away from the curve, but it doesn't look like it's not, you know. It wasn't too far up. Maybe try there. Well, goodness. There's some motorcyclists outside. Alright, what else can we do on our way there? So we still need to find that treasure. We need to bring Stanley to the Everdor. And Jackie. So while we're waiting, I heard that, lol. Yeah. Yeah. I get a lot of motorcycles where I am. It's not necessarily fun. I can't say it's fun. But, oh, especially when they come through at the middle of the night, because sometimes you'll get like motorcycle gangs or something coming through, and then there's like 7 or 8 of them in a row that are all super loud. And they jump up right and they go, oh my goodness, why? Why does it have to be this early and you're zooming through here full acceleration? Zigzag says my house is spicy. What's a spicy house? It's called Chipotle hummus. So your hummus is spicy, or is your house spicy? Or is it both your house and your hummus that's spicy, leading to an overload of spice? I think it was just a clear glass shade. Yeah, there we go. It's just the hummus. Is it nice hummus? Goodness. Whew. Meh, it's okay. Fair enough, Zigzag. Actually, speaking of like houses and stuff, do any of you have any like interesting neighbors or stories about neighbors from like your old houses and stuff? Doesn't have to be like the one you live at now in any capacity, but it's always interesting hearing what other people's neighbors are like, because I've had some interesting ones in my time. I once had a neighbor who ended up, how do I explain this? She was convinced that I had had several different past lives, and one of which was a koala. Like I was a koala in a past life. I don't know how she came to the conclusion of a koala. Then others, it's like an uppity middle class royal-esque person. Like, interesting theory, but I was more interested in where the koala came from, because the koalas are cute looking, but they're also kind of vicious. You would not want to cuddle a koala in most circumstances, purely because, well, they can scratch a lot out of you. Okay, so there's that bend. It looked like it was close to one of these bends, the ice bends. So it's definitely in an icy area, but I just don't know how close to. John says, I can't even eat a crumb. Zigzag said, I just had neighbors who partied a lot through my childhood. Fair enough. Zigzag says, I'd see that. I'd see you as a baby koala. What do you mean a baby koala? What's your logic there, Zigzag? Like, tell me, why am I a koala? maybe there? Like, we got the starts of the shape of an island. Let's have a look at our treasure jig once again, just quickly. Because it's definitely like an ice barrier, I think. Then it need to be on that curve. Any treasure? Treasure. No, it doesn't look like the treasure's here. Because usually we'd get like a marker. Zigzag says, because I don't see you being a vicious koala. Just want to sit around in a tree minding your own business. Yeah, and then like random humans walk up to me and go, oh look, it's a koala. Aren't they endangered? Oh my gosh, it's so cute. And then I just grumble and turn over. Just like, no, go away. Go away, people. Oh, maybe it's closer to this bend. Let's try that. Ooh, Jackie. Up we get. Up we get. Hi, Jackie. How are you? Yeah. Well, there's some nice posters. I thought it would help, but... yeah, it really doesn't. I don't need to hang in there, whatever that means. Oh, the classic cat poster that's up in like most dentists. Just like, hang in there. Hey, just keep hanging in there. Like, that's supposed to be motivating. I'm here for a tooth extraction, Carlisle. I'm not here to have my teeth hang in there all the time. Get it out. Zigzag says a grumpy koala, but also not grumpy. And John has hit the fun fact for today. So let me bring up today's fun fact. So, the random fun fact for today is actually that competitive art used to be an Olympic sport. So, between 1912 and I think it was 1948, the international sporting events awarded medals for music, painting, sculpture, and architecture. It's actually kind of terrible that it didn't end up catching on more. Because imagine having pottery other than just like the discuses that get thrown and then like shot and stuff on occasion. Having like full pottery exhibits and stuff at the Olympics. That would be really cool. There could have been like awards for the best screenplays and all that kind of stuff at the Olympics. So yeah, that is the fun fact for today. I certainly shouldn't be proud like a tiger. A tiger's even proud? Like, at all? Nah, lack of pride's certainly not the problem. I'm selfish, is what it is. I just think of myself. I act rashly and wind up hurting people. Hurting a lot of people, actually. And hurting them bad. And then even if I try to make it better, it's too late. This shit, Stella, it sticks. And when you try to brush it away, you just wind up smearing it. You're just stuck with it and there's nothing more to it. Old Jackie. Yeah, I don't think I can ever get over it. I really thought the posters would help. Turns out they just make me feel terrible. But it might be good. Maybe I deserve to feel terrible. Jackie, no. What? No, don't make that face. I'm serious, you know. Okay. I've got another idea. I think I might need to focus on something else. You know, check out of Hotel Jackie, just for a while. I was thinking of a plant, but I'm pretty sure I'd just kill it. How about something that can't be killed? Maybe like a little sand garden with rocks and stuff? It's kind of like meditation, I guess. Would you get me that? Sure, we can get you a Zen garden. Thanks for letting us know, Jackie. Hang in there, skeleton. Skeleton? Who's skeleton? And a heart-sized desert. Okay, so that's 2 requests. A heart-sized desert. Jackie did not react very well to the motivational posters. He thinks the sand garden would help him be more at peace. I mean, there is that as a possibility. I can't find this treasure, though, that Buck wants me to grab. Sustenance! Yeah, actually. Thanks for the snacks. I get onion rings? I love onion rings. Maybe there? Because it did say that like it may not be accurate, the map. So I'm wondering if maybe the map's not that accurate at all. Buck, can we get a hint? Can I get a hint? No, you're not home, of course. Start the event. What event? What's Buck's quest? So we have to go and find a lost bounty. So we have to find the first lost bounty. And we have the XP bottles. So that's, I think this is the event. Let's do that. Yeah, so we can replay this. The cardboard cutouts. Beautiful. And then the more of these we get, the easier it'll be. Oh, wait. There's part of the treasure that was down. Oh. Hi, Jackie. I like how Jackie and stuff just like walking around as normal, unlike in some of the other events. Because in other events, they definitely wouldn't have. It would be one of those situations where they would absolutely have refused. But no, in this one, they're just like, nah, this is normal. It's all just make-believe. This is fine. Up. Up you get. Up away! Yoink. Mine. Give me that XP. I need it. I need it. Okay, well that's handy. At least I have the XP. Zigzag says, lurkin'. Thank you for the lurk, Zigzag. We appreciate you. Okay, Buck. Please stop. Okay. You can have fruit candy. No worries, Stanley. I'm trying to chase after Buck though. Alright, and I can't talk to him, but I can hug him. I was in dire need of a spiritual heal. My mana was low. Thank you. Okay. So I'll have to give some extra thought to where the Crow's End bounty is. Because we don't have any shenanigans either. We need one more gold ingot and then we can upgrade the blueprint table though. Okay, so one more ingot. Right up. I forget where my own bits and pieces are on my ship. Gold, please. Thank you for the gold. Don't burn the gold, don't burn the gold. Damn it. Okay. So I have to start again. Wait for the gold. Yes. Give me gold. Careful. Gold is very fragile. According to this anyway. Back up. Yes, 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 yes. Perfect. Give me the gold. Got all the gold in the world. Except I'm gonna probably need it at some point again. Alright. Improve. Alright, I can't actually improve the thing by myself. Improvements required. Alright, because it says we can become a master blacksmith. Okay, so I got that. Improve. Let's see if it actually will let us do that from the boat. No. Okay, so we might need to go to Albert first. Yeah, looks like it. But we can see what Jackie needs here. We need more silk fabric. Okay. Silk fabric it is. Oop, I fell into the water. Alright. Well, we're not far from here, so let's try get that done while we wait. Ooh. Goodness gracious me. Put some celery in, put some cabbage in. And maybe another leek. I'll water those in a sec while we're traveling. Woo! Alright. Now. There you go. Perfect. Go get Buck some treasure. Alright. Oh, Buck. Alright. We have all the bits we need for the smithy upgrade. Oh, it's a smithy upgrade. That's why. It's a smithy upgrade. That's the foundry smithy. I could have done that on the boat. I could have done that on the boat. And that was just a waste of time. Oh well. And away we go. I've only got to make it bigger. I don't have enough rose gold sheets to do that, to make the sun ballad. But improve your stations. I think we're getting closer to them being improved to their full potential. I think. Alright, postscripta. Yes. Complete Eleanor's errands with Francis. Will do. I don't know if we have to do that directly before or after something else. Hang on. Where's somewhere else with like a barrier? Because it could be somewhere like over here maybe. Oh, that is very glowy. Are all the treasures that glowy? No, I think it's just because it's in the mist is why it's so glowy actually. That's a bit further down. Not this one. I don't think there's a lot over here. Like there's something there, but Why don't we... What's this? That's the hidden shrine. We've already been to the hidden shrine though. Hiroshima Lighthouse. There's apparently 2 rare chests to get there. So I guess if we give it some thought, maybe we can try and talk to Buck again actually. Because after we've travelled a little to try and get all those things, that shouldn't be too bad. Alright. There is 1 red chest there. We can go down here. Quarry. I want to try to get to the lighthouse again. Buck. I know it's nighttime, but I need a big dew, please. No, well you're asleep. Okay. I was off to Buck anyway, so that's 1 floor down, but that's fine. Gotta wait until the morning and then ring the bell. Yeah, it'll be helpful. Air draft. Gardens. Cellars. We do already have a cellar, so that's fine. Chicken coop. We've got 1 of each of our buildings, I think. Alright, we could have built a bouncy, but improve. Okay, so that's the founder upgrade built. That's built. There's nothing to improve there. I could further upgrade Eleanor's cubicle. I don't know if that'll matter in terms of the quest though. They'll take an extra rose gold sheet. They're all done. Garden upgrade, field upgrades both built. That's all done. Smithy upgrade's been built. Kitchen's upgrade's been built. Crushers upgraded. Archives updated. Cow stall. So we do need to upgrade the cow stall with silk and fire glow seeds. Can't upgrade that. I can upgrade this, but I don't know what good that's gonna do. Buck's Lair of Wonders. Ooh, I can improve a whole lot of Buck stuff. Okay, so it's just Buck and Jackie, I think, that need to be upgraded out of those. Because I should have already finished the, what's it called? Damn it, I can't remember. Can't remember my thinking. Alright, let's look at the map projection again. And try and figure this out. So. Okay. So. First chart. Let's have a look at the map again. Over there. Maybe we're closer to it. Alright. Because it definitely looks like it's frozen. Frozen-y sort of area. Maybe it's closer down this way. Because it did say the map wasn't necessarily accurate. So maybe closer to like here. Because that could be it. That could be it. Alright. For the meantime though, I'm at the lighthouse, so we'll go to the lighthouse first. Do 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 do. Yeah, I need that back. Sorry. I'll grab some linen seeds while we're here. And some extra tea seeds. Okay. Because nothing else... I'm not going up there to go grab that yet. Alright. To Alex! Alex, please! Take me away. I'll give you a hug, Lily. Thank you. Thank you for the strength. Friend Crozin's lost bounty. We're nearly at it, I think. Then... Alright, the on-call room. Improve. Track that. I need a steel sheet and some silk. Alright. Steel sheet. While that's a cooking. Maybe there again. We'll try it one more time. And go for another quick zip around. Thank you. Gotta zoom away. Alright. Maybe closer to like there, because I haven't quite gone there yet, so we'll be nearly there. Belle, Buck, can you give us hints? Please? Please? This will be a nice flower garden. Alright. Anything? Alright, I don't see any gold, any diving spots or anything, or a quest marker. Morning. I'm just scanning the ocean for treasure, don't mind me. Okay, not quite. Maybe it's a little further out. Morning, Buck. I see you on the ground there. Up a bit, maybe? Let's try and like actually watch the ocean, maybe. No. Okay, not there. Dang it, Buck. John says, how are you, Andy? Not too bad. I've been a little sad today just because I've had to cancel violin lessons for a while just because you know how it gets sometimes where you don't have time to do things and you have other bits and pieces to do and you don't always have the funds to do everything you'd like to do at the time that you want to do them. It was kind of one of those situations, but it did upset me a little because I love violin a lot and I feel like I've got a lot to learn still, but it's gonna take me a while before I'm gonna be able to get straight back to it. Hopefully life will start being less complicated at the end of next term. Then maybe I'll be able to get back into proper violin. But in the meantime, I will keep practicing the Sherlock theme and hopefully get a little better at it. So that way when I go back to my teacher later on, I end up having progressed a bit more. Okay, maybe closer there? How are you going, John? Treasure. Okay. Found it. The treasure. The treasure, it's ours. Give us treasure. Give. 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 Ooh, mossy rock. Ooh, water retaining soil. And we got more upgrades. Nice. Alright, Buck, good work. Oh, great pirate captain. What a marvelous find. In the ice, no less. Many captains have perished in such conditions. Not ye. No need to walk the plank. Arr! Now we just have to wait for the next issue of Looter's Literary Review. Hopefully it has more articles about seagulls. Of course. John says, I'm good. I'm eating pudding. Nice. What type of pudding is it? There we go. Snippity snip, snip, snip. Thank you for your wool and your contributions. Alright. Ah, I don't want to bring Stanley. I've got to, but what's lunch? Nothing, Stanley. Yes, I realize it's legal to let children go hungry. Don't use stress. Don't use stress. I did this drawing, a drawing of Alice. Okay. Let's see this. Gustav. Drawing of Alice. I can still smell the treats Alice would make for him. They didn't meet each other. I know they didn't need each other. At least in my save. They probably did in others, but you know. John says it's sticky date pudding. Ooh, I haven't had sticky date pudding in ages. Easily a good couple of years, actually. It's not bad, but it's very hard to be able to make like gluten-free sticky date pudding still be like nice and spongy, but not like too bouncy, I guess, is the best way to try and explain it, I think. Anyway. Give me this metal. Daffodil just looked like he was laying on his head. Alright, so I've got 2 steel sheets. I need 2 more silk fabric pieces. Alright, silk fabric, silk fabric. Do I have any silk thread? I do. I think this should be enough. Ooh. Not used to this minigame as much as I was. There was a time where I could get it on the yellow dot every single time. Today is not that day. Okay, let us... Yes. So you've got that. Upgrade's done. And where's Francis? Like I feel like I haven't seen him in a bit. Loneberg. Go to crates. See if we can pick up any more treasure. And go up this way while we wait. Ultimate jumps. Whoop. Neat. Ooh, that's very cool. Oh, a stone garden. I'm kind of surprised actually. I didn't think you'd go through with it. Why wouldn't I? It's kind of silly, isn't it? I don't think that's silly. Anyway, let's see what we're working with. The sand is nice. It's got a cool color. It's very fine, but still has some texture to it. And the stones, they're very pleasant. They've got nice weight. Very stone-like, of course. Even the little wooden rake is all pretty. It's very soothing. My dad had a little sand garden in his office. Just like that, but much smaller. I always wanted to play with it, but he didn't let me. I guess that's the real reason I asked you for one. Just to get back at him. But you know, he deserved it. The man. Hell, he was... He was okay. I'm doing it again. I'm lying for no goddamn reason. Mom and Pops were okay. They had their issues, sure, but I'm not messed up because of them. No, that one's on me. I don't know why I keep telling these tall tales. Like the one about my grandpa. Truth is, I barely knew him. I saw him once a year, and when I was old enough, he tried to teach me about bees. That I was just a dumb teenager. I didn't care. And then he died. So now I'm a dumb adult who knows jack shit about bees. I guess I wanted to believe that my childhood messed me up. Otherwise, I'd have to own up to my own shitty behavior. Yeah. Maybe that's just who I am. Shitty and broken. That'd be fitting. Oh! Yeah. Thanks for the garden, Stella. I'll, see ya. Oh, Jackie, no! There is an element at which you do have to be held accountable for your own actions and make the changes if you do want to change. But I can also see why that would be quite difficult if that's been a pattern that you've had for a really long time. Doesn't necessarily excuse the behavior, but it does make some amount of sense. Alright, so there's no further treasure here for me to steal. Yep, nothing stealable here. Damn. Alright, back to the ocean. If we go to all of the different treasure spots, then hopefully that will mean it will be good. Let's give you a hug, Stanley. Thank you. Thank you, Stanley. This is great. Oh, I'm glad. Alright. Sustenance! Commander. Okay. Yes, I will have some. Thank you. Are you really that hungry? You don't like acquired taste food, and I don't think you'd like nutritious slop. Do you like sushi? Humble thanks, Commander. Right on time. Alright, so you do like sushi. It is incredible. So whoever made the game and coded in the food portion really liked sushi. Hello, bees. Can I speak to you, bees? No. Okay. No bees. Let's put another flower in there, shall we? Good, 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 good. And then we'll quickly grab all of the treasure in the area. Hopefully we'll have enough gems by the end of that to finish some of the other quests. And get some of the... what's it called? No, not actually. I need to get my things. Thanks. Nearly, nearly. Good. Down. Alright, come on. Almost. Do 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 do. Give me a second. There you go. Alright. So let's put... what What don't we have a lot of? We don't have a lot of aluminium. So we'll get that one. Then... oh, pine log. Nearly. Nearly. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. No. Yes. Alright. Now. We'll put some slate in there too. Yes. Yep. I'm done. Thank you. Wait, Masha. I said I'm done. Yes. See you later. Bye, Masha. Bye, Masha. More treasure. This way. To collect all of the treasure. Ooh, people. People. Alright. What's up with you, Jackie? I got it now. Do you? Have you really? Stella, I have something else to ask you, and I think this might be the one thing that I'm missing. You know how I never went to school? Well, I mean I did, but I dropped out of high school. So I figured maybe the problem is I'm not smart enough? I've got all this energy, but I don't know what to do with it because I was never taught. It's an easy problem to solve, I just need to get smarter. And then the best way to do that is with books. I didn't care for them when I was a teenager, didn't have the patience. But now that I'm a serious adult, I'm sure I can make it up super easy. Could you get some for me? Self-help books. You're really going hard into this self-help thing, hey. Look, I can commend your efforts that you're putting in there, Jackie, but I don't necessarily know if that's going to be what's going to make you happy in the end. Alright, we will track that one. We need rose gold sheets and a glass crystal sheet. Okay. How long is it going to take for this to smelt up? Rose gold. That'll take a little bit at least. So let's grab the treasure while we can. Bip! Oh, no more gems. Done. Okay. Down. Okay. That was nice. Some aluminium ore to get back the one that I just lost. You ate too much? Oh no, John. That sucks. I'm sorry that your stomach is hurting because you ate too much. I'm guessing that sticky date pudding was pretty good then. Let's take that up there. There we go. Give that a little bit of time for us to float to the waves. Whoop, there you go. Be patient this time instead of smashing it away. John says yes, and I had burgers too, so I mean, fair enough. I had pizza for dinner myself, so I had pizza and then like leftover porridge from this morning because I was still like a bit hungry after pizza. Usually I wouldn't eat an entire pizza myself in one sitting, but I was just extra hungry. Ooh, more treasure! Zigzag says, I had McDonald's. Okay, but question. Zigzag, do you believe that McDonald's is food? Because I look at the chips sometimes and I wonder, because they kind of taste like nothing. And I wonder what actually is in them. whether or not it's actually like potato or if it's like mashed up potato that had been like freeze dried and stuff as well several times. John says, ooh, yum. And Zigzag says, because I was babysitting my cousin. Oh, how did babysitting your cousin go? Was it ended up being an okay calmer shift? Okay, crystal glass sheets. We need more of that. I need more of the gems. Give me the crystal gems. I need them. I need them for my quest. My quest is to hunt them down so that I may be the richest Spiritfarer of them all. Not to say I'm not already kind of rich, because like I'm floating around here passing all the spirits and stuff left, right and center. So I am rich with time, as much as I can cope with anyway. Though my time is running short as far as Stella goes. Zigzag says they are chips made of mashed and possibly blended potatoes and oil and salt and stuff. Yeah, that makes sense. Though, like, if you're going to make chips, right? Why not just have, like, cut the potatoes into pieces instead of mashing them up and rehydrating them and all of that and then forming them into chip shapes? It seems a little pointless to me, but that's just me personally, so. Also, I've never had any of these bees give me any honey. Down. Give me the treasure. What's your go-to order at McDonald's? Usually my go-to order is they have a salted caramel frappe over here, which is pretty good. And then I'll just get chips. There's not an awful lot that I can actually eat at McDonald's, which doesn't help. But I tend to eat those. Otherwise I'll get like an M&M McFlurry. Or back when I was a kid, prior to allergen discoveries, they had this thing called pasta zoo animals where you could just get pasta, like actual pasta from McDonald's. They're little raviolis in the shape of animals. It was so cool. John says yes, that. Zigzag says it was good but exhausting. Cousin Dearest was entertained by playing charades with themes. Yes. Charades with themes? So was it like they got to pick a theme for the charades and stuff that were going to be done, and then you all had to work around that theme, or were there still cards and stuff that you had to act out, or something else? John says salted caramel frappe is so good. Yeah, and it's kind of underrated. Like, I don't know many people that drink it other than me. And I don't know why, because it's so nice. Compared to a lot of the other drinks that they have at McDonald's, it's well beyond tolerable. And it's actually kind of erring into the side of good, which is nice. Especially on really hot days. It ends up being fantastic. Build. Alex! I need to collect all the treasure in the map. Oh wow, there's a lot of treasure over here. You know what? Shall we start at this end on the map and then go straight through? Zigzag said we did animals and then jobs. Nice. Oh, actually, what's your favorite animal and then what's your favorite job to act out in charades? I think one of the easiest ones to act out is probably like an elephant. But my favorite is trying to figure out how to charades a dolphin, even though it's like kind of tricky sometimes. because you have to figure out how to say like friendly fish but not fish at the same time. Whoa, books. Yeah, sure takes me back. Maybe I'd have turned out different if I'd stayed in school. When I dropped out, my parents kicked me out of the house. They... no, they didn't kick me out. Not right away anyway. I just spent the next couple of years freeloading. I don't even remember what I did with all my time. Nothing, probably. They were pretty nice about it. But after a while we started arguing. Like a lot. And over nothing. Then I moved out. I was just too proud. And we pretty much stopped talking. So I guess they didn't kick me out at all. Well, you know the rest of the story. I needed a job and the hospital was so understaffed that they just hired anybody. What a shit decision that was. Better get into these books. Thanks, Stella. Aww. Zigzag says, my brother did the worm. I mean, the worm is a pretty good one to do. Like, can anybody actually do that dance move called the worm where you're like moving backwards like a worm? I cannot. And I've always been amazed with people who could do that because I thought it was like some secret hidden skill that maybe like your backbones or something were just so gelatinous that they let you move around in whatever angles you wanted. Alright, no more treasure there. Okay. Let's keep hunting. Next treasure. Crates. Thank you. Is there anything else I needed to... Okay, so I need rose gold sheets and extra XP potions. Does it stop the boat if I use the XP potions? Alright. XP potions times... Oh, it's more than that. But I can do some of the gold sheets while I'm here. Rose gold. Rose gold sheets. I think everything else is just about right. Alright, fully upgraded there. I could nearly... Like, if I want to get an electrum sheet. Yeah, might as well. While I'm here, you know. Zigzag said, yeah, the full-on... That's what he did. The full-on worm on the kitchen floor. In a tiny-ass kitchen as well. That takes skills! Dang, boy's elastic. It's like those people and the people that can do the moonwalking backwards like properly so that there's like this even glide. Amazing. I don't know how it's done. And I've wondered basically my entire life, like since I first saw someone doing the moonwalk, and I was like, magic tricks. This is sorcery. Because like the extent of my dance moves was just like nodding my head and bopping from side to side going, yeah, I can dance. This is great. Or, well actually that's not entirely true. I did do belly dancing for several years, but that's a very different kind of dancing to the ones that most people my age were trying to do. Where they were all like getting crunk on the dance floor, all I could muster was the shimmy setup. Although, to be fair, like the style of dancing, especially the parts that I ended up doing a lot of the time, which was I danced with fans a lot. I wish I still had my silk fans actually. Because I had 2 silk fans, which would be one of the main ways that I ended up dancing. But I don't have them anymore. It's been a very long time since I've had them. Stanley, I'll give you some munchies. Have pancakes. No, it isn't the only thing I have left to eat on this boat. I just couldn't remember which one of the ones they're giving you. Do you like onion rings? Oh, you don't like veggies. So you don't like veggies and you don't like fruit. You like snacks. Okay, you can have snacks, Stanley. Jackie, I'll give you onion rings. Ooh, that smells nice. You know, I've been trying to eat better recently. Stay away from junk food, so I probably shouldn't. But strict diets never work, you know. The trick is to indulge every once in a while, and I've been good. Real good. So I'll have this fried food. Thanks a lot, Stella. No worries. And I'll give you a hug as well. See, there you go. Not so bad. Not so bad at all. Alright. Next treasure spot. That was, I think... Yeah, that was the only treasure there. That's fine. Next treasure. Let's go straight down to the big lot of treasure there. And maybe, who knows, we can even stop by Albert. Ooh, the bees are out. Hello, bees. It's good to see them out and about for a change. I just thought that they were constantly sleeping. Maybe it was winter on the boat or something. I wonder if the bees are affected. Like the bees on this boat specifically, if they're affected by whether or not it's really cold. For me personally, I am affected by the cold very heavily, so I have my heater on basically all the time. Unless it's the middle of summer, and then I won't have it on. But I'll think about it, because there's something that's nice about being just cozy and warm in your own space with a nice blanket, all curled up, usually with like a hot chocolate or something. It's just really nice. Heater and a blanket. Yeah, heater and a blanket is my absolute favorite way to just be toasty. Whoop, there's more treasure. Good. Okay. Here's a good question for everybody. What is your favorite season and why? Okay, let's put that down actually. Hang on. Oh, poor Daffodil. Look, I know you don't like being in the water. You look so terrified every single time that we step into it. I hope you know that you don't have to follow me through fire, nor water, nor anything else if you really don't want to. But I appreciate that you are following me around. Because you are freaking adorable. You little puffball. Alright, because I can do more upgrades. I can make my boat bigger even. Shocking. Nah, I don't think I need to make my boat any bigger. Look what I drew. Another drawing of Alice. Okay. So do I have 2 drawings of Alice now? Yeah, I think we're starting to get repeats now. Alright, you. gotcha. Get back here. All of the ones on the roof, you better get back here. There we go. That's not too bad. Just a bit of ectoplasm as we go. Sector Celestia says, howdy to Andy in the chat. How's it going? Not too bad, Celestia. We are on the last episode. We're just doing some upkeep chores before we start letting our lovelies go. Because as you can see, we've got a postscriptive request from Eleanor. Then we've got Stanley's last vacation and Stella's last voyage. We have to let everybody go today. Everyone's gone. Zigzag says spring because the weather is kind of sporadic, good and bad. Warm enough to swim, but good enough to Tolstoy inside. That's pretty valid. That's pretty valid. I like autumn for that reason as well. Especially like late autumn because it's starting to get to the chilly weather, but not super cold. And like you know how Australia be. Even in autumn, it can still be boiling. So you get a bit of that mix of like summer weather and then sweater weather, which is a lot of fun. Zigzag says hello to Celestia. John says I gotta go to sleep now because I got 3 hours of sleep. I need to get up at 8 a.m. So have a good stream. Bye Zigzag. Bye Paige. Bye everyone else. Having a good night. And goodbye Stanley. You've been a good mushroom. Goodbye John. You rest well. You can always catch up and stuff in the VOD. And I hope that you sleep well. Because my goodness, you need some good sleep. So take care John. We appreciate you. Thank you for coming out. Alright. Well, let us have a look. Okay, so we've not got Eleanor's errand done yet. We do need to go and get the rocky area done so I can go fishing for a bit to try and get those octopi. But while we're waiting on the boat, we might as well do some fishing while now. But yeah, how have you been, Celestia? It has been a little while. Oh, don't you dare snap on me, Rod. Come back here, you fish. No. Thou shalt be mine. Yeah. Oh. Damn it. Oh well. Come back. Nearly. Come along, fish. I request your presence on the surface. Oh, it's just a codfish. Never mind. I need an octopus. And more diamonds and stuff, but I kept selling all those. So, word of advice to anybody who's going to play Spiritfarer, hoard your diamonds and gems until the end, just in case. Just in case. Like, I know it's tempting to sell them all because it's a lot of quick money. But believe me, you're gonna need them. Let's go up around here. There you go. Celestia says, I'm halfway through my HSC trials, so I'm going, I'll give it that much. But I've been drawing a person based on the Luna moth, and it's going pretty well so far. Ooh! I do love Luna moths. They're quite pretty. What color Luna moth are you basing the person on? Honey! We finally got our first honey harvest. Thank you to the bees. We'll change up the music a little. Let's go for Astrid's theme. There wasn't much else. We needed first sheets. We don't have enough XP potions. We've got spirit flowers. Because we can make it much faster, the boat. So it's XP potions is the only thing that we need there. How many times can we do that quest in a row, I guess? Huh? Do you need any assistance? Oh, you're dreaming again. Dreaming of being helpful. Start the event. Let me out. Let me out. Alright, come on, quick. Whoop. Back down, back down, back down. No, 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 no. Give me those. Yes. Can I? Yes. Damn, okay, I wanted this one. Darn. Okay, I guess I can't cut that one yet. Down. Perfect. More XP potions. Any more anywhere? This boat is so big. Celestia says it's the Asian one, so that's a nice green color. Would I be good to send a so far pic through OneDrive? I mean, yeah, you can. I think I've still got the OneDrive link that you gave. I'll have to double check that in a bit. But yeah, by all means, send it through. And whoop. Whoop. Come on. Give me only lettuce. Lettuce. Lettuce and empty bottles. Celestia says I deleted the folder, so it won't be in there. Give me a sec. Can you send it to me? I'd love to take a look. Yeah, by all means, like, feel free to send it to Zigzag. And then you can, like, DM that to me on Twitch if you like, and then I can have a look. Alright. We're nearly at all the treasure. How many more of these do we have to go? Okay, so we've got more XP potions we have to do. That's if we want to get a bigger boat. Up. Yes. Good little turnip. Much love to your turnips. Bye, Alex. I'm too busy. I'm trying to get all of the treasure in the world. I can DM people on Twitch? Yeah, you can. So if you end up clicking like their names, then you can go to their profile and you can whisper to them. So when you click whisper, that'll open a chat between you and them. So it's like private messaging, but on Twitch. So there you go. That's a way that you can send through like some of your art and stuff if you want to share it on the stream for the class. There we go. Up we get. Come on. Oh, more tea. That's neat. Yeah. It's a feature that's been there for a little bit, which is really nice. So that makes it much easier for you to be able to share links and stuff with us if you find something that you'd love to share. while the chatbot doesn't always allow links and stuff, if you send them to me, I can screen them. There we go. Perfect. Whoop. Oops, sorry guys, I didn't mean it. Ignore me. Ignore me. I wasn't meaning to. Ah, sorry, Stanley. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to wake you up. I have some pancakes. And I'll give you a hug too. Celestia says, yeah, Zig, just give me a sec though. Yeah, no worries. Take your time, take your time. We have all the time in the world. Okay. Up. Whoop. Everybody's up before first bell. Let me plant some more lettuce. Come along. Come away with me. Whoop. There you go. Yes. Yes. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Hi, Jackie. Sorry to wake you up so early. I don't like this. Oh, is it because it's dark? I'm sorry. I'm just getting treasure. I'll be gone soon and then it won't be so dark again. I'm sorry for waking you up so early. It was not my intention. I was trying to get into the... Hi, Buck. Yes. Actually, you know what? You don't need food yet, but I do like the Buck gives me food. It means that I don't have to spend as much... Yeah, see what I mean? Every time I try and go into the cabin, sometimes I'll end up just like bashing into the bells. Okay. So there's a bit of treasure down there, but there's not a lot. Next treasure will be up there, I think. And then I can start changing where I'm going after that. Perfect. Alright, I know you don't like this, but that's okay. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. I promise it'll be fine. I promise it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. And then we will be able to do other bits and pieces. Oh, speaking of bits and pieces that I'm doing, actually. So, next week on my Wednesday, we're going to be having extra streams. Because on Wednesday next week, it is our 1-year stream anniversary. So we're going to be playing some games with the chat. And if you all don't mind, I might sing you a song or two. Either some original stuff that I've been working on, or just playing some covers of things. You don't know, later maybe. That's okay, Stanley. You don't have to give me hugs in any way, shape or form. But yeah, I am contemplating doing 2 shorter streams on that day, depending on how life is going with other bits and pieces that are happening. So that way both the Americans and all of that who are in the upper time zones of the world can join, and so can the Southern Hemisphere crew, like yourselves who are with me today. Sector Celestia says, just sent the folder link to you both. There's one picking it for now. Zuko said, OMG, what? A whole year? Yeah, a whole year. So that'll be 1 year, one full year of streaming. Because that's including like when I was streaming with Vol too. Well, technically if I was counting it from when I was streaming with Vol alone, then that would be a bit earlier. Yeah, so it would have been in, I think, April or May. Whatever Vol's streaming anniversary is, it would have been like a year technically to that if I was counting only just the time that I started streaming from with them. But from when I started streaming by myself, yeah, that'll be next week on Wednesday. Celestia says, so Zigzag said, where did you send it to? Hangouts, Discord, email. It'll be to maybe, at least as far as I'm aware. So I think I got it sent to me as a whisper on Twitch. So maybe you've got it in your whispers, possibly. I will have a look-see at that in a second. We're going to change the music and stuff too, though. But yeah, a whole year. So we're going to be spending quite a bit of time just like chatting for the most part, depending on how things go. Like I'll see if I can get Jackbox up and running again, because that could be some fun. And I know I've got like marbles on stream, and somebody requested words on stream, so we're probably going to do that on the stream anniversary. And then maybe even, I don't know, check out some like tech demos and things, chat about general life, and I'll take you through some of my horrible old fan fictions and stuff if you want as well. Whispers on Twitch, forgot to clarify. Yeah, it's all good. Let's see. Awesome. So, it says I cannot click link right now because I'm streaming, but I will definitely have a look at that later on. I think it's just because like I'm using my phone as Twitch chat at the moment, so I can't clicky. I can't do the clicking. If I want to log into Twitch on my laptop, that's going to be painful while streaming. Could be worthwhile, but like I don't know if you want to have that put on stream or anything either, Celestia. But yes, thank you for sharing your wonderful art. I appreciate it. Part two. Okay, new quest. Wait, Stanley's got his picture. That's more important. I did this drawing for you. A drawing of Buck. Buck always takes the time to mess around with Stanley. Aw, that's lovely. Celestia says it's fine. I don't mind if it's shown or not. That's all good. But yeah, I will definitely have a look at it, and then I will message you after stream and give you my thoughts on it. But given your other artwork and stuff, I do believe I'll like it, because you are talented artists. Okay, so there's one more treasure up there. If I go here, yes, that'll take me up and away. Also, because you guys are here at the moment, do you have any recommendations for games that you'd like me to stream progressively? Because I've got a pretty luxe library at the moment. But I wanted to see if there were any other types of games that you wanted me to stream. Because I'm always on the lookout for new games to stream, and because we're coming to the end of a pretty long running series, I'm up for advisement on video games again. Celestia said, I feel like Portal would be fun to watch. I mean, that could be fun. I haven't played Portal properly in years. Full disclosure, like I used to love Portal 1 and Portal 2, but I would get stuck on the puzzles quite a bit. So I used to go through round and round circles and go, why isn't this working? When I was younger. And then completely forget that I have to fire the other portal in Portal to make it work. It would be fun to like watch me running around and stuff. But just as a disclaimer, you will see a bit of the why isn't this working? I thought I fired that portal. I fired the portal, didn't I? The portal was not fired, in fact. Let's actually have a look at, see Buck's file, because like I haven't seen much for his. So Buck secretly thinks Demons and Ghouls 2nd edition is better than the first. Has a fondness for Paul Bunyan. Can't help but correct people who say I could care less. I mean, fair. Daria has chromesthesia, or sound to colour synesthesia. Was extremely popular throughout her art academy. Wishes she wouldn't act up as much when she gets visitors. I mean, fair enough. Lily never turns down a drink. Always afraid of the big unknown. Always there for her big sister. Oh, cute. Sad but cute. Zigzag says, yes, Celestia is really good at art. Absolutely. Absolutely. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful art. Zigzag says, I like this one game called Lily's Well. It's a pixel-y horror game on Steam and it's free. Oh, I will need to think about that. If it's a horror game, I don't tend to deal well with horror games. I tend to scream a lot. I get jump scared by people walking into the room. So, we'll see about a horror game. But I will check it out, definitely. Then Celestia says, I did something teen at one point, then finished what was left in one go. It took a while. It's a fun game once you get the hang of it. What is something teen? Zigzag says it doesn't give that many jump scares, and I really liked it. Oh, nice. I will definitely give it a look. Thank you for the recommendations. Celestia says, I don't know games well. I have Steam, but I only have Portal and Fallout 76. There's that maths dyslexia turning up again. It's called dyscalculia, but I actually get numbers muddled up quite a bit, which used to make maths really hard. Because all of the numbers kind of, I don't know, it's weird to describe. It's like the numbers kind of look the same. Like my brain can't necessarily work out very quickly what each number is. So sometimes I'll end up like swapping the numbers and stuff around when I'm trying to work out what each number is before I say them. And then other times I'll end up just going, okay, this is a number. It's number. What number that is, I couldn't say. Let's see. Celestia says, I got to a level that was somewhere in the teens. I don't remember which one specifically. Ah, okay. I mean, fair enough. Portal in general, it has a lot of cool levels in it, both 1 and 2. You know what could be fun? It could be fun to do like Gary's mod for Portal. Because then you go, or thinking with the time machine. Actually, thinking with the time machine could be fun. Terrible for me, but fun for people to watch. Because you get to watch me just go backwards and forwards through time while trying to shoot a portal. Zigzag says, it does have a few though, so it's not really 100% jump scare free. I will definitely look at it. I'll look at it. Celestia says, I didn't know that was a thing. Huh, kind of neat. Probably would get highly annoying if I had to guess. Yes, it can get highly annoying, especially when I'm trying to do all of the addition and subtraction, especially for taxes. Oh my gosh. Because I'm an adult and I have the goat's glitching. It's a goat NATO. We gotta, well, it's not a goat, it's a sheep. It's a sheep NATO on the boat. It's just having a moment. It's in a spin. It's so flustered. We gotta let it be. We don't have to bother Susan. Like, we can get bother Susan because it's Susan, but there's nothing that we can get from Susan right now. Also, this game has had some really interesting glitches. Like, there was a time where Daffodil got stuck, just like freeze frame frozen, and then was just like stalling around in circles. Like, say you'd get like the front image and then the butt image or something as it was going around, just all of a sudden. But she was stuck like that, like in that walking pose and stuff, for ages. Nearly an entire stream at one stage. And now we've got the deja vu sheep. Hello. Hello, my sheep friend. Can I feed you? Are you gonna stop spinning for me? Were you spinning because you needed food? It was spinning because it was hungry. That's hilarious. Well, I guess I'd be in a spin too if I didn't have enough food. You know, fair enough, my guy. Fair enough. Vol says, what is it with my OCs and falling in flesh with themselves? Which OC is this, Vol? Celestia says, you spin me right round, baby, right round, like a record, baby. Ah, that's been a long time since I've heard that. So hungry. Oh, such a dramatic man. Love you. Dramatic man. Do you like corn dogs? Okay, so you do like corn dogs. At least well enough. It'll do. It'll do. Vol says, she blinded me with science, has been playing since 6:38 p.m. It is now 9:16. I've had an idea for 2 fanfics, but cannot bring myself to write either because I did a Fargo with my trolls OC and they're falling in love with themselves. Wow. It has been a night for you, my friend. It has been a night for you. I am so sorry. Like, ordinarily, that sounds like almost a good time, minus the song getting stuck in her head and stuff, but like, yikes. Celestia says, I don't know what most of that is, but dang. Vol says, Homestuck, let me sort it out. Celestia said, I thought it might have been. Vol says, she blinded me with silence, a song by Thomas. Oh, I fell off the boat. I was trying to read the chat, I fell off the boat. It is my boat now, shouts the chat at the ocean. The ocean cannot have her, she's mine. Vol says it's Contact and Azuze and Cephas. It's ridiculous. Like, I get the Cephas falling in love with himself. He's a breed of narcissist, but Contact and Azuze. Not to mention one of the original sessions of theirs getting fucked up. Oh, wow. Wow. Oh dear. Vol, you've got some very complicated things happening there, buddy. Check Discord real quick so I can show you one of the original shipping charts versus now that they've gone into this new universe. Okay, but is this like new universe into like different part of actual canon Homestuck, or is this headcanon Homestuck, or is this fanfic canon Homestuck? Because realistically all of it's kind of like, it makes about as much sense as each other because, you know, Homestuck. But OG shipping chart. So the OG shipping chart only has a couple of lines, and then the new universe shipping chart is like 20 or so different lines of possible ships. It's entirely OCs. It's Scrub Simulator or Spurb Simulator. So it's all just my OCs. I mean, fair enough. But that is too much shipping. Like, and I read the fanfic. I read fanfic back in the day. I was on Wattpad back in the day. Wattpad. Wattpad back in the day was like great, but also trash. Like, everybody knew that Wattpad was like inferior to AO3, but anybody that was on Wattpad couldn't be bothered going and figuring out how to use the tags on AO3, so they just stayed in their own little shite bubble. Zigzag says, I'm a lurk, I'm really tired and feeling a bit nauseous. That's okay, Zigzag. I appreciate you hanging around. You take care of yourself, buddy. Maybe get some water or something as well, because sometimes that can help a bit with nausea. Otherwise, if you have some like salty food, like crackers or something, that's relatively plain, that can help a bit too. Or at the very least, that helped me whenever I have nausea. Vol says, look after yourself, Zigzag. The worst part is I understand all of it. Where Homestuck kills the clown. Serves you right for being Homestuck. Love you, Vol. Love you, but also this is kind of your own fault, buddy. Like, you put the OCs and stuff in there and you put them into the simulator, you know some weird stuff's gonna happen. Celestia says, see you, Zigzag. Vol says, Wattpad is the Twitter of fanfics, and ff.net is the Tumblr of fanfics. Oh yeah, I forgot the fanfiction.net was something that existed. Oh gosh. You know what? You know what we could do? We could take a deep dive into some of like some fanfic stuff for the stream next week. Cause Vol. So I got the anniversary stream next week. So that'll be on Wednesday. And I'm looking at potentially doing 2 streams on that day. Around like, well, 1 me waking up, and then 2 is around like evening time, so that way both the usual morning crowd and the evening crowd can come together as one in one big happy stream, or 2 separate ones basically, so everybody can get get around and enjoy the anniversary streams. Vol says, I could never forget the hell site that gave birth to My Immortal. Wait, fanfic.net is where My Immortal was from? Oh, I haven't thought about My Immortal since I ended up reading, like, you remember when we ended up reading your shite fanfic on stream, Vol? Like way back, like a year and a bit ago. Like that was the last time I properly thought about My Immortal. Because I think we were referencing it at the time. And that fanfiction, dreadful, absolutely horrific. And I will never forgive you for showing me it, because I escaped that. I did not manage to get to that part of the internet, and yet you show me this and curse my eyeballs with horror. Zigzag says, every few months I remember that fanfic.net and I read like 3 fanfics before ditching. I mean, absolutely fair. Fanfic.net is one of those sites that like, right, the apples don't do anything good. Let's put them back. What do carrot seeds do? Damn it, they also make failed experiments. I don't need any more experiments. What I need is more useful things to crush. Thank you. But yeah, like 3 fanfics before ditching. What fanfics do you tend to gravitate towards? Zigzag said, whoops. Vol says, Elmira, I'm down. Rip. Zigzag says, I accidentally made a link. Vol says, sucks to suck, Zigs. Yeah, dude, My Immortal was originally posted on fanfic.net. Celestia says, that's a Harry Potter fanfic, right? Yes, it is. And it is cursed. Absolutely 110% cursed. And I shall not be going anywhere near it. Like, I do not wish to do that to myself. I've heard enough about it. I've seen, like there was a person on TikTok who was doing dramatic retellings of My Immortal. No. Ball says the cancer giving fic. Suit says I literally popped in and heard My Immortal being mentioned. Ball says Elmer, yes, I love this. Thank you, world. Celestia says welcome, I guess, lol. Suit says hi, Celestia. Why are you so happy? Well, Vol's torturing me with fanfictions. Like remembering that fanfiction sites exist, like fanfic.net. And then we were talking about My Immortal and things, because I was contemplating whether or not to read fanfictions on my stream. Because that was like I used to do in ye olden days of streams of yore. Zigzag says, if you want to, I've updated a fanfic like twice a while ago, and it was a one-shot, specifically one where I made it sound like people were flirting. Oh yeah, the accidental flirt fic. Yes, I remember that one. That was from way back. I mean, I'd be keen to give it a read if like you would like to share your work on stream. We could do a bit of share your work and a bit of like my cringe writer fest stuff. One thing I could read is like the Peter Pan fan fiction that I never got around to finishing. It has like maybe, you know how like on Wattpad and like fanfic.net and everything, right? You'd start writing a fanfic and you have all these great ideas, and then just like in the middle when you were trying to get it all done, like you just give up. You just like lose momentum or completely forget about the fact that you had this idea for a fanfiction. Yeah, I did that multiple times. Like multiple times. It was a problem. Vol says the only thing of Harry Potter I'll ever read. Long, long, long story. Zigzag says you can read it on stream if you so please. I mean, I would be fun for that. That would be fun. If anybody has works and stuff that they want to share and things like, so we can do that on Wednesday next week. That'll be good. Good fun. Yes. No, don't stop watering the cat. Stella, stop watering the cat. Thank you. Thank you. Celestia says, I never really got into Harry Potter, lol. My sibling, on the other hand, oh dear. Yeah, I didn't really get into Harry Potter myself either. I started reading it when I was, I think I would have been like 15 or 16. Because, fun fact, I was actually banned from reading Harry Potter. I was not allowed to read it at all. Because my mum knew that I would binge read every single book. Because way back when, I was an avid reader, absolutely devouring like 3 books and stuff in 2 days. If I was let loose among the library. And that was like my thing. I would just read and read and read and read and read. And she knew that some of the themes would probably be a bit too mature for like a 10-year-old to read. Especially since I wanted to go from one book to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next all at once. So I was banned from reading the Harry Potter books until I was 15, nearly 16. And by the time that I read it, I was just like, okay. So yeah, it's okay. Like I can see what some of the interest was, especially given like the time period that it was released in and all of that, and taking into consideration the historical context, I can see why. But I was far more interested in Percy Jackson, and that just was how it was. I was a nerd who was into mythology rather than magic most of the time, although there were some magic systems that I really enjoyed. What was it? Like, there was a book called Wings by April and Pike, which is a really good like fairy tale where fairies were like scientifically explained as plant people. So that's how they ended up like getting wings, because it's actually just like flower petals and stuff that grow out of their backs, but specifically only out of the female fae's backs. And there was like changelings and stuff in there. That was pretty cool. I liked that book quite a lot, and I still have that book actually. So that was fun. Then what else? There was like glass. What was it called? Oh, goodness gracious. What was it called? It was called Glass Storm, I think it was. Let me quickly look that up. Glass Storm book. No, it was Stormglass. It was the other way around. But Stormglass by Maria V. Snyder was another favorite. I really liked that book, which was the first book in like the Glass trilogy. I think it was only 3 books at the time. But more or less the basis of the story, like this is one of those ones where magic was a good thing for me. Like I really liked this specific book. Basically the idea is that magic and storms and like weather and stuff can be trapped into like glass orbs and stuff until challenged by enemy forces, so that way other magicians and stuff couldn't pick up on the fact that you had magic. So you could deplete some of that power and stuff into like glass animals, and the main character ends up making animated glass. And it's really cool. I was so intrigued by the idea of animated glass, because if you've ever looked at hand-blown glass, right, it has this fluidity, and there's just this beautiful fluid motions to each of the curves when they're like hand-shaped and everything. That makes me think that they're really alive, right? So of course that makes sense to my brain, just like, oh yeah, like magic, making animated glass, that's so cool. Now let me catch up with the chat, because I went on a bit of a rant there. So Vol says, same here, never really got into it, hence why I only read by Immortal. Zigzag says, I hear all of it. Celestia says, to Zigzag, I take it, oh sibling dearest rants about it. To you too then. You can tell me all about like Harry Potter and stuff and what you like about it. I don't mind hearing about it. It's just like I got into Harry Potter at the wrong time to be able to really enjoy it. Zigzag says, "Yep, convinced me to read a few though too." Stride says, famous fave streamer in Treble Senpai. Hello there, Stride. Good to see you as always, my dear. How goes it? Vol says, cannot do. Wait, still got to work Thursday. No. Stride says hello to Para, and Celestia says howdy to Stride. How's it going? Sustenance. And I have a present for you. I found this in my room. Ooh, more cards. You don't need sustenance. You're full. I can't give you any food. Buck. Stride says, I'm good. Soup says, Harry Potter is vastly overrated. I say this as someone who read them all multiple times. The movies can be fun and dumb, can be dumb fun, and the video games can be pretty dope. I thought they were really interesting. Like the movies, the way that they were put together was interesting. The actor that played Hagrid, I liked him. He seemed like a friendly giant, and I like friendly people. So I took a liking to Hagrid in the movies. And also to like Hagrid in the books specifically. But yeah, it's just me. It was definitely a bit overhyped, I think. Although, for one that I did enjoy, controversial, but I did enjoy Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. So I did enjoy that movie. I didn't so much enjoy the second one of them though. Like that one wasn't so good, and I haven't watched the third since the whole J.K. Rowling debacle. But yeah. So I don't mind all of like Harry Potter and stuff. Like there are elements that I like, and I don't mind like the expanded universe. You know what the fandom does with a universe really says a lot about what sort of people read the book. And I really enjoy seeing what those people decide to write as well, either in like the fanfic sphere or even as their own like personal works and stuff, and they say, oh yeah, I was inspired by like Harry Potter and stuff. I was inspired by Diana Wynne Jones and the Chrestomanci series. So also Howl's Moving Castle and stuff, because Diana Wynne Jones, she wrote Howl's Moving Castle, and everybody that knows Howl, like anybody that gets introduced to Howl, like if you are interested in any form of like men-ish figures, I guess, like he's a weird case, but anybody knows that if like you like the sort of sassy cheek, you get introduced to Howl. And I'm sorry, that's not your girl, that's not your boy, that's Hal's girl or boy now, because that is just how it is. Start says, hope y'all are doing well. I need to lurk and fill out some files right now. I mean, that's fine. You take care of yourself and make sure you get those files filled in nice and neatly, so that way you've got plenty of space and time to be able to do other things in the day. Scribe says, hello to Stride. Thank you for saying that we will be having a nice stream. So thank you for the well wishes, Stride. Appreciate it. Much appreciate. We will be having a nice stream because it has wonderful people like yourselves in it. Swoop says there's better wizard fanfic out there, better wizard fiction out there. I mean, yeah, there's plenty of like really good wizard fanfic, like wizard fictions, wizard fan fictions, all the works. Actually, one that I was wanting to get into, like a series that has a lot of magic and stuff in it, was I wanted to get into the Discworld series, but that's like a lot of commitment, you know? There's so many books that it kind of puts me off some of the time. Vol says, Savus is talking to a corpse. Oop. Savus is not a Doom player. Savus is a 9 player. Why is he talking to a corpse? What's going on? Wait, is it just put into like a situation where it makes absolutely no sense for him to be talking to corpses, but just like decides to anyway? The heck? Celestia says, when I was younger, I loved 1980s Transformer series. I got banned from watching it by my parents in year 6 and have never officially been unbanned. No! That sucks. Especially if like you really enjoyed the series. It's terrible when something you really like gets taken away, you know? Luda's literary quest. Remember, a ship is never late, it's always on time. Okay, so we've got a new quest item. This is gonna be another treasure map, I think. Alright, let's do some extra projectoring of it. Actually, because we're here, we might as well project the thing first. Alright, number 2. Alright, let's look for that collection of islands. Alright, so we'll think about that, but I'll just keep reading the chat. Vol says, Aziza has gone murder mode again. This is the second time she stopped being in murder mode. Contact meanwhile has become murder mode constant. Sigh. Zava's this picture of herself do now. Zigzag said, my partner is a serious Harry Potter lover and it's endearing to see them get so excited and passionate though, so it's worth it. I'm glad. That's adorable. I'm happy that it makes them happy. You know what? If it makes them happy, that's good. That is excellent. Because then you get to see them light up with all the joy inside. Oh, it's so cute. It's all so cute. Y'all are cute. Vol says, Savus' flush broke up with himself. Still pitch with himself though. Your Homestuck bullshit is increasingly stranger and stranger as time goes on. I hope you know that, Vol. Zigzag says, my nausea is fading. Very happy. Hooray! I'm glad that your nausea is fading. Celestia also says, yay. Yay. Zigzag says, trying to push out another chapter of a one-shot. People enjoy it apparently, so I guess I gotta keep up with the updates. Nice. Which one-shot are you writing at the moment? And do you reckon it's gonna turn into, like, it's gonna stay as a one-shot, or do you think it's gonna turn into, like, a bigger story? Okay. Maybe I didn't go to the right spot. Because it's two little ones next to each other. Maybe not. Maybe that? Like, it could be on an angle. Is there anywhere else on the map that looks kind of like it? No. No. Oh, maybe there. Yeah, maybe. No, maybe not, actually. I don't think so. Not quite in that same way that the other one is. Because the others, they're all just kind of wiggle. Like, there's got to be something here, but I don't know what. So, you know what? No. We're going to actually go check. We're going to go check. But we'll double check this again. Just to quickly see which side that we need to go on. Alright. I don't know if it's that. But it should be on the angle. Vol says, I do. Context, morale, alternate self. They think contact are hot. I am so confused. That looks exhausting. That looks absolutely exhausting to read. Like, to be, like, experiencing firsthand, that's, yep. Zigzag says, kidnap Jakey, and I think it's evolving too far to be considered a one-shot anymore. The accidental 2 characters flirting one. Ah, yes. Well, mayhaps it's a, mayhaps it's like a short story or something. I don't know. As it progresses, I guess we'll see what it turns into. But yes, I'm glad people are enjoying it. Are you enjoying writing it? Do you still like it? So Lestia says, Vol, I have no idea what's going on with your characters, and at this point, I'm too scared to ask. Vol says, it's a lot. I would draw a chart, but then I feel I'd become a car cat kid. How would making a chart make you a car cat kitty? Like, how? Zigzag says, I'm considering turning it into a short story. Okay, interesting. Well, hopefully with like the short story sort of format. Do you have like an overarching plot idea if you're going to turn it into kind of a short story, or is it just going to be a write as you go sort of one? Buck, I need your help. I need to get back here. Wake up. I know it's the middle of the night, but I need you here, please. Okay. Those too close together, maybe. Vol says, TLDR, Carcat makes quadrant charts a lot because he's interested in them. Celestia says, by the sounds of things, the shipping chart would probably turn it into sort of on a 5D alternate plane nonsense. I mean, with Vol, yeah, kinda. You're not wrong. It kinda do be like that sometimes. Maybe it's this way. Like, I don't know for sure because I can't see the map too well. I'll zigzag around here a little bit to see if I can find it, and then it should be okay. Zigzag says, I do, to be honest. I get to bring to light some of the least mentioned characters and their relationship and problems, and I love that. I'm glad. It's always nice when you get to fully flesh out a side character. Oh, what was it called? You're basically creating a what's called a transmedia study, like a transmedia story, I guess, because you're taking the characters and stuff from inside the original story and expanding it far beyond the scope that the original piece of media ever did, but creating something that is truly your own narrative, which makes it a transmedia and most likely multimedia piece. So that's cool. Vol says, that's just normal Homestuck. Vol says, you know what? Fuck you, Andy. I'm making the shipping chart. Don't make the shipping chart. Vol, this is too confusing already. This is too confusing already. Why do you need to make the shipping chart? Why? Celestia says, from what I know, fair enough, but still. Zigzag says, I know it's spoilers, but I kind of want to rant about the story plot if it's okay. Yeah, sure, by all means. Like, it looks like we might be reading about it in, potentially on stream in a few days anyway. But yeah, like, go ahead. I love people talking about their own work. This is a safe space for you to talk about the stories that you're writing or the projects and ideas that you have and to brainstorm things with people. Ooh, thank you. Oof. Yay. We'll put an onion there again. Celestia says, and so it begins. Yeah, now we got stuck. Oh, well, since Vol's gonna be going for a while. Oh well. While Vol is gone, are there any things that you'd like to know about how Vol is like IRL? Because like they're pretty well the same. They're pretty well the same. But I can give some small details while they're not looking. So long as they're not looking. Vol says, I am fine. No, you're not fine. You're not fine, Vol. You are the most not fine. Celestia says, I guess we're home stuck in this mess now, lol. I appreciate the pun, Celestia. Vol says, I am listening. Honk, 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 honk. Celestia says they're always looking. Yeah. I mean, that's fair. Hey, come on, Vol. Like, you roast me and stuff on your stream all the time. And, like, give off little bits and details and things about my traumatic life backstory that's apparently a melodrama. But I figure I can give one piece of information, which is like, you know, like the honk effect that happens on their stream and stuff. Yeah, that's not an effect. That's actually their nose. And they do it a lot. And like sometimes they'll do this variation of it. It's like a sad clown honk, and I can't do it. But it's like slow motion honk, and it's so strange. good. Very cool. But I cannot conceive how that is done. Then again, there is much in this world I do not know how to do, and that shows me only how much I have to learn. Celestia, as Vol says, your life is a melodrama. Everyone knows me as me. I mean, fair enough. My life can be a bit of one. Like it's definitely got some very interesting plot lines. I think that the writers at this point were just trying to justify some very early decisions that they made. You know, like when they were 12, that they were just like, oh yeah, no, this is definitely how the character's life is gonna go, and then decided, well, it's too far gone now. Let's just add some extra spice, shall we? And then they tipped the entirety of the spice cupboard into this pot of soup. And then that created me. Zigzag says, so basically, you know, the guy Jakey gets kidnapped all the time. And this time he's kidnapped by this bad guy and pretends he isn't even Jakey and convinces the bad guy to feed him donuts and basically let him be free. Guild leaders come to save him and they ask him why he never came to them or others for help. But about being kidnapped, and he brings it back. Ooh, so we're getting lore, we're getting story context for Zigzag's work. Oh, actually, I'll give him the ringing of the bell. Was it the Lost Shrine? That's the hidden shrine. Where? Because, like, I know the Lost Shrine's around here somewhere, but I don't remember what the island shape is. Hang on. Hang on. Nope. Nope. Misty Woods. No. That's Mostine Cove. Maybe it's Mostine Cove. No, I don't think it's Mostine Cove. Zigzag says, some stuff that happened is basically left Jakey not trusting people who are meant to keep him safe. And it goes from crack, fic, to try to keep, to fix the broken relationship and trust that they are meant to have. Ooh. So sweet. Okay. Maybe up this way? How far? How far can we go? Wait, we need to go to the bus stop. Maybe it's the bus stop actually. Where am I? I've lost myself. Hang on. Let's start back where we are. Alright. Let's head over to the bus stop again and try and figure out where we're going. Celestia says, gotta love crack fics that do a 180 and become serious. I mean, it gives you a reason to read because you think it's just gonna like continue devolving into madness, and then it doesn't. Then it just gets deep, and then you get in deep, and you go, oh, this fic, this is the one. This has been the one that I was waiting for. I've read a lot of books and fan fictions in my life that have done that exact same thing. Oh, no, you good? You get back here. Thank you, cat. Thank you, daffodil. Good morning, Buck. You do roll around on the ground quite a lot. You having fun there, buddy? Maybe if I start like here, that will get me closer. Zigzag says, I didn't even mean to make it sad. It came to me out of nowhere. That makes it better, to be honest. Like, sometimes the story just catches you by surprise, and like you become merely the messenger for this epic that happens. And then people are like, so where was your inspiration? You just gotta go, I don't know. It just kind of happened. It just is what it is, you know? Maybe... How far up can I go? Like, me there maybe? You know what? Sure. We're gonna just go straight there. We're gonna explore the great unknown. Jackie's back in with the bees again. Do consistently just stay with the bees at the moment. Not that that's a bad thing, it's just like a thing. Some Eggos and I don't know, oil? Let's try that. Oh, that's cooking very slowly. Zigzag says, a song gave me a teensy bit of inspiration, but mostly it came out of nowhere. I mean, fair enough. Which song was this that you're referring to? Just so we know. Also, for those that haven't like read any parts of the fanfic, what particular story are you expanding on? Give me carrots. Carrotes, you're mine. Onion. Okay. More cabbage. Forgiveness by Amanda Fagan, I think at least. I mean, fair enough. Celestia says, I found a couple of Dream SMP fanfics that went from crack fic to major character. Ooh, straight to major character death. Intriguing. Was it like in a good way, sort of major character death? Or was it kind of out of nowhere and didn't 100% make sense to the plot? Celestia says, oh, I know her. She's got some good songs. I'm gonna have to look her up. I'll look her up again later. Because like, I think I know who you're talking about. But until I hear it, I won't be able to tell you. Not fruit for you. Not muesli. Cheese sticks. Do you like cheese sticks? Yeah. I thought you might, Stanley. Let's give you a hug. Zigzag says it's basically a fairy tale story but gay. It fits so well to the plot, and I quoted a few times in the story. I love it when they end up like, when like writers end up quoting elements of the story that they're taking inspo from. It's brilliant. Okay. Any treasure here? No. Okay. So no treasure. Not with the fairy tale world, like the anime. So like not the anime for fairy tale. Celestia says, one built up to it and ended with the character being revived. The other ended in the most unexpected way, but it made sense. Oh, cool. Do you like chicken? Yes. I feel heinous giving you that, though. Because, like, you're a bird. Isn't it kind of cannibalist? Ish? Cannibal-ish? Cannibal-ish stick. And yet, here I am still doing it. There we go. I wonder if you can complete Elena's quests later. Because while I would love to do absolutely everything in this game, it is quite tricky to get everything done because there's so much to the world. So much. Like, I think it's definitely worth a replay. We've run into fire. Okay. It's going to be definitely worth quite a few replays and stuff at another point in time, but I don't think I could take that again. Maybe we'll try that. I don't know. We'll try that. Maybe... maybe... there. Let's try that. Let's try that. Vol says birds are famously known to be cannibals. Yes, they are. Something that's not famously known to be cannibals, but realistically should be, are guinea pigs. They also eat each other. Like if there's not enough sustenance and stuff inside the actual enclosure and things, they will not hesitate to eat the weaker links. They also tend to like, not just that, also if there's like multiple male guinea pigs that are like trying to be alpha males at the same time, they'll end up being extra scrappy and try and like chomp out each other. Yes! The treasure! Give! Oh, I missed it. Hang on. Daffodil's just standing on top of it on the water. Let me just quickly grab that. Sorry for splashing. Yay! More shoes! I don't need this many shoes. Ooh, frittata. New recipe. Very nice. What about chicken? If I put chicken and glue together, that's not going to be good. Maybe a savory veggie? See what that does? Zigzag says, nah, a fanfic of fairy tale inspired work set in a world but without those characters and independent plots. Ah, fair enough. Makes sense. Makes sense. Will says, yep, they will also shit themselves to death. Yeah, there's a lot of things that end up happening. Like, you know, in some countries, like I can't remember exactly which country, I'll have to look it up again. But there is a country in the world where it's actually illegal to have only one guinea pig and you have to have a minimum of 2 in order to be able to keep them because it's considered inhumane. Because they get lonely. Captain. He reminded me of a young pirate swabby on my last ship. He were a natural with them up. A bit of an attitude, so me first, previous captain. Traded him for a barrel of firewater. Was it worth it? Of course it's been. I couldn't feel me fingers for days. Come to think of it, he also had a big hat. Arrgh. Don't worry, Captain, this be your ship. If anything, I'm the one that could be traded. The old doesn't have any liquor, does it, by any chance? Next time, maybe. Until the next issue of Looter's Literary Review. Okay, so does that mean we have one more for Looter's Literary Review? Just one? No, that's it? I'll give you frittata. More fried food. I've been feeling down, but with this I'll be doing so much better. I'll give you a hug as well. Okay, there we go. Now, we're getting to that point in time. We've got both treasures. We got Stella and Daffodil, and we've got Stanley to go. Alright. Let us have a look-see and start on our way over, I suppose. Somebody is messaging me quite a bit. Oh, hello. Soup is just sending me TikToks. I thought I'd check my messages and stuff while we're on the way over. Actually, let us... What is Stanley? Does Stanley have music? Like, I think Stanley does. Faraway Tadpoles. I don't remember what that one is. Lily. Maybe Stanley doesn't. Oh, that'd be a shame. Why doesn't Stanley get music? Equality for our small bean. Give me all of your love and affection, Bean. Alright, Alex. You help us out, and I'll help you out. Oh, not ready. But We have been holding on to Stanley for a while. Alright. Come along, Stanley. Let us take you to the Everdor. Vol, if you wish to teach him any bad influences before he goes, I suggest you do it swiftly, since you seem to love just giving bad influences left, right, and center. Alright, you've got no more honey and stuff there. There we are, Stanley. I will also drink some water. Goodness. Hello. What are you doing? Big hat. Can we go yet? You decide. Thanks. Oh, Stanley. Lily, give me a hug. Thank you. I almost forgot. I liked it when it was just you and me, doing experiments and chasing your dust shades. Don't forget to do that sometimes. I won't be there, but I'm sure it will still be fun. Aww, Stanley. Stanley. You can send it to maybe into like maybe into chit chat Vol, just for fun. Oh, this is gonna hurt. People can be mean. Really mean. Why do they have to be? My mom is mean sometimes. Just like your friends after my play. And it makes me sad when people are mean. And sometimes I cry when I'm sad. But then I remember what my dad used to say. Stanley, people are not really mean. Sometimes their intentions just take the wrong path. I don't hate your friends. They're not bad people. That's what my dad would say. They just do bad things sometimes. I never wanted to let Mom down, or to make people not like me. I don't want to do bad things, but sometimes I do, and I always regret it. I don't think it makes me bad. Do you think my mom will be disappointed in me? Disappointed that I had to go? I tried. I really tried. But I don't think I did it. I like it when I win. But I couldn't this time. I think it's okay. It's okay to lose sometimes. I really think it is. I'm really trying to be brave, but I'm really scared. I wish I could be a superhero and to never be afraid. I've hoped so much that this was just a nightmare. And if this was a nightmare, why can't I wake up? I was trying and trying. I wanted to wake up. I always talk to myself. Stanley wants to wake up. But it never worked. And I never woke up. It all felt so real. And it made me sad. So sad I couldn't think of anything other than sadness anymore. You take care of Jacob, okay? Jacob is a good beetle. And he was my friend. This is exactly like in my play. But this time, I'm the lead actor. I'll put on a good show. I promise. I feel strange. I feel cold. I wish Mom were here. And Dad. But you are here, Big Hat. I really like you. I hope it's like falling asleep. Oh, Stanley. No. Stanley, no. Where did you have to go? Poor little Shroomly. He loved his parents very much. And even if sometimes they made him very sad, and if other people made him upset, he still tried to stay happy for them. He did all that he possibly could, and he wanted to do everything he possibly could for them. He wanted to be an architect, and a playwright, and an actor, and a superhero. And now he's gonna go fight crime in the stars. And hopefully to be with the people who love him. So that way he can finally be in a nice, friendly world instead of the one that he used to live in. I'm gonna check the chat. Zigzag says, Stanley, no! Celestia says, oh, it's not Stanley. This is not standard than I thought it was gonna be. Everyone's just saying no to Stanley. No, the child, the poor child. Celestia says, my child, no. Ball says Stanley's stabbing people in the stars now. Oh. Oh. I guess that's kind of sweet, Ball. Thank you for the sentiment. Paul says I'm gonna lag because I gotta do the last and largest shipping chart. Oh gosh. Well, enjoy your shipping chart. We're gonna enjoy crying. Oh, I love Stanley so much. Ah! Tears. Oh my gosh. Everywhere. Tears. Oh. Okay. He was definitely a very, very loving little mushroom. You know, we grew him ourselves. We ended up fishing him out of the ocean, and then we planted him in our garden, and then he grew. So, it's almost like he was our kid too. But it is true what he said. Like, then what his dad used to say to him. That sometimes people aren't really mean. Sometimes their intentions just take the wrong path. And that's a good way to look at things. I think, because he mentioned it was okay to lose sometimes, and he kept being so scared about not being able to wake up, that maybe he ended up getting told that like he was a hero for keeping on fighting when he was little, and then he couldn't quite fight whatever it was, and then he passed away. I know that he's very, very much got an analytical mind, and he used to crack one-liners and stuff a lot. And he has a lot of wisdom that comes from unexpected places. But at a guess, he'd only have been like 8 or so years old. That's pretty young to go. Thank you for sharing your afterlife with us, Stanley, and your life, and your light. We love you. Goodbye. And look, the butterflies. There's Daria. These butterflies are ours. Everybody's here. And we can hug them again. We can hug them all. Even Eleanor, who didn't want us to hug her while she was alive. Got another quest thing up here. Hang on. I'm in a bad way, Stella. I don't know how you can stand the sight of me. I can't even stand myself. The books, I hate them. They're just a load of apologetic bullshit. They all say the same thing. Be the change you want to see in the world. Ask for forgiveness. There's always time to be better. Do you think I can get better? Do you think I deserve forgiveness? I'll say yes. Yeah, I figured you'd say that. Little doe-eyed Stella. You're smart, but you're an idiot. People don't change. Know why? All these books that say you can change by acting different, they're all looking forwards into the future. But the future doesn't exist. It's a big, whole bunch of nothing. The bag of lies we tell ourselves so we can be happy. In comic books, the heroes forgive the villain, and then he joins their team and everything's good forever. We conveniently forget that they've raised a whole city. They're genocidal maniacs, but that's okay. Because forgiveness. Real life ain't like that. People, they're made up of all the things they've done. Good or bad, it doesn't matter. Same for everybody. And you can't ever change your past, no matter how much you hate it. You just gotta own up to it. And what if you can't? Nothing. That's what. Listen, Stella, I'm sick of it. I give up. It was a fun ride. Well, actually it was shit. Just give me a holler when we get to the Everdor, and I'll get out of everyone's way. So Jackie wants to go too. Same, dude, says Vol. I mean, it is really tricky to be able to atone for anything that you feel like you've done wrong in life. So I can see why he's distressed, especially after everything that he did to Daria. Like, he kept large portions of the things that brought her joy in her, like, breaking mind away from her, and kept her hidden away from other people just because he thought that she was an inconvenience. That's not something you can undo. And he's right, he's got to be accountable for it. So let's take him away, shall we? Oh, hey, Stella. It's time, huh? I cleaned up a bit. Might as well leave the place tidy. Found this old suitcase, so I packed my stuff. But I guess I don't need it anymore. Kinda feels silly. Well, I'll just leave it here. You ready to do this? Okay, sure. I'll be in the tender. Alright, and that's goodbye to Jackie as well. And we can't do anything else until Jackie has left. There's Buck. You can give Buck food at least. Ooh, boy. I can see why you're taking your time to wander over there, Jackie. Let's head across. Alright, Jackie. Shall we? Let us go. Hey, Stella. I know it's a bit late, but I wanted to thank you for taking care of me. You know, on the boat. I know I didn't deserve it. Maybe that's the difference between you and me. You don't care about all that. You don't judge. You don't want to sound mean, but you're simple like that. You see someone who needs help, and you help them. No questions asked. No payment expected. That's just how you are. And you didn't try and stop me when I said I wanted to leave. Thanks for respecting that. No problem. You deserve to be able to make your own choices. Even in death. I remember when I started working at the hospital, people kept telling me how great and noble I was for doing it. I was happy to take the compliment. I felt proud. And I even started to believe it. You know, I worked in that hospital for 15 years. I'm not trying to make any excuses, but I've never seen my bosses. Not once. Just an endless parade of supervisors and managers. And a half box of donuts for the night staff on New Year's Eve. You know, there was a book. You know, in the books you gave me. It was about myths and stuff. Like old ass stories. One of the book's chapters was about the afterlife. You know, things that happen after people die. In one of the stories, there was a river. And if you drank from it, you'd forget everything from your life. Just like a blank slate. Poof. Just like that. Ain't that crazy? Then there was this other place with a weird name. Like Shoal or something like that. It was kind of like hell. Except not really. No fire and pitchforks. That's where the dead folk go. And not just the bad ones. Everybody. In the shoal, I remembered everybody's equal. And there's no comfort. Doesn't mean it's uncomfortable. There's just nothing. Nothing good and nothing bad. And you're shielded from light and from judgment. The dead go there to be forgotten by the living. But they also forget and then turn to dust. Until there's nothing left. Just dust and forgetfulness everywhere and forever. Can you imagine that, Stella? Dust and forgetfulness. What a thought. Yeah, okay. We're there. Just... Oh, just bring it in. See you on the other side, Stellas. Or not. Goodbye, Jackie. It was nice knowing you. Achievement unlocked. Spiritfarer. The last spirit crosses the border. Oh, Jackie. You've lived such an unusual life. One with, how do I put this? One with a lot of turmoil, both your making and not entirely of your own. You can't always choose what path you think is going to be right. You just got to do your best with the compass that you're given. And unfortunately for you, you felt that yours was a little bit broken. And that you were a tiny bit broken too. Which is upsetting, at least to me. But you've done your best, and you tried to fix the things that you possibly could. You tried to better yourself, at least at the end. And that was all you really could do. You were a caretaker at an old rundown hospital. Your main patient was Daria, but like I said earlier, there are always things you won't be able to atone for towards the end. You just have to incorporate whatever experiences you gained from life, both good and bad, into yourself, acknowledge that they happened, and then work towards becoming who it is that you'd like for the next day. That most of all, I think acceptance is what you tried to promote towards the end. Initially, it was more so just running in circles and trying to, forget about things. You're very much an escapist in a lot of ways, sadly enough for you. And you found it difficult when other people were trying to escape too, but it wasn't an escape that you could control. So you tried to manage everything in your environment so that way it would be something that was easier for you to handle. But you kept getting stuck, and you kept coming back to the same old thing, the same old patterns. And at the end, there wasn't much that you could do. But you didn't try and, towards the end at least, you didn't really try and say you didn't do that, it wasn't your fault. No, you fully accepted that everything that happened to Daria at that hospital, while you were there, keeping her locked up in that tower, that was your fault. And you were so sorry that she had to go through that because of you. And that you didn't always know the best path to take. And the only path that you knew was just to be angry. Which is upsetting in a lot of ways, I think. But you're where you needed to be now. I'm so glad that you get to be at peace in the great big nothing or whatever it is that lies beyond that door. I hope you get peace, my friend. Vol says, imagine only being able to be mad. Couldn't be me, lol. I mean, fair enough, Vol. We know that you have a lot of internalized rage and stuff too. Vol says halfway done through that last shipping chart. Man, that's going to be a long chart. That's going to be such a long chart. Genuinely though, it's quite common that anger ends up being one of the few emotions that can be deeply, deeply felt by people. Anger tends to be a secondary emotion for those that are listening. More often than not, anger is covering up another feeling underneath, because anger itself is usually used to denote an injustice having been done to yourself or to another. So it's sort of that fight response of the this isn't fair, the we should be able to just move through this, and the why did you do that, and this is unfair, let me just live. Let things just be, is kind of what anger says in general. That's when it's a pure emotion. But usually that anger pops up when you've been hurt. So more often than not, it's covering up hurt or sadness for things not having gone the way that you wanted. A lot of the time it ends up being grief. I know for a lot of the time for me, anger definitely is covering up a lot of grief for things that could have gone better. Much like Jackie's case in this. So with Jackie, he was grieving the fact that in his life he didn't take as much initiative as he wanted to, and kind of let it pass him by, and ended up hurting so many people because he was so angry all the time and didn't know what to do with it, because he didn't feel like he had a purpose to head that towards. And it is so shattering when you feel that lost. I don't blame him for being angry and for being hurt just by everything that happened. And for like but what about me? What about me? I'm here. Could you listen to me? Could I be any more significant to you? And it seemed like that was what he was crying out for this entire time. He felt irrelevant, which is really sad. Vol said, what, me having internalized rage? No. Soup says you have so much internalized rage that it returns to external frequently, says Soup to Vol. And Zigzag says, I agree with you so much, Andy. Yeah. See, that's the thing with secondary emotions like anger. Anger can be very healthy, especially when it's like used to express the hurt that has happened in the past and allows you to move through whatever the hurt was. The problem comes when you bottle too much anger up in one place and then it doesn't have anywhere to go and it starts making you feel trapped. I know previously in my life I felt very trapped by anger. I wasn't necessarily taught how to deal with it appropriately. In my case, anger was the bad emotion. You're not supposed to express that you're angry. Don't express that you're sad. You're supposed to just remain calm and composed and articulate. But heaven help you if you express that you were hurt or express that there was anger that was bubbling underneath the surface, which of course there was after all of that. Of course there was going to be. It was justifiable. But the longer I kept it bottled, the more and more squashed I felt. All I could feel was this like big raging bonfire that would spread out really quickly, and sometimes that would mean I would lash out and hurt other people, much like Jackie did. Not always in the healthiest of ways, I admit that. And I know for a fact that there are a lot of people, a lot of places, a lot of things I wish I could have taken back. But I can't. But I can move forward and look at things like, yes, I was angry, and try and understand why my anger came up to me. And nowadays, I'm trying to treat anger like a friend. Because realistically, that anger that's sitting there this entire time, that is sadness's companion. And they try and protect each other as best as they can, but sometimes anger gets to be a bit of a bully. And that can sometimes mean that you get stuck. But anger being more of a friend means kind of sitting down with it and going, okay, so I hear that we're angry right now. What is it that has hurt us so much that we're getting pulled into this vortex of fire? Or even worse, sometimes anger's not even fiery. Sometimes when it gets so internalized, it's like this massive sheet of ice that's just encasing you and making you feel very calculated and pointy. And both of those types of anger are really scary. Because on one hand, with the really fiery, blooming anger, it's like a total loss of control. But then with the sharp, cold anger, it's so calculating that you end up feeling like a monster just for having it after the episode has passed, because there is no limit to the damage that you could possibly do, because you still have your clinical, analytical mind intact, at least to some extent, or you feel like you do. That's the more accurate way to put it. But when it's like that, it's quite difficult to sit with anger and ask yourself, why are we hurt? And it's even harder to get anger to stop blustering long enough to settle into sadness and go, well, this person that I was talking to today ended up telling me all about the things that I had done wrong, and I was just doing my best. I was just trying to make this work the way that I needed it to. And I got so upset because it felt like they were attacking me and that I was a bad person, just because I didn't do something the way that they wanted. And that's upsetting to hear, just as for anger in general, to like sit down and then listen to that part of yourself settle. It's really difficult, especially if anger is trickier to settle because you have to work through all of like the multiple years of the anger and sadness, the hurt, the grief, the blow-ups that you've pushed away into this tiny little box where it's not being able to be seen. Of course anger is going to feel sad because anger's a part of you that's trying to express something to you. And say you're as an adult, think of yourself as the adult in this situation. You've got a little toddler that is trying to communicate with the best that it can, and the main point of its vocabulary are very simple words. So the best things that it can try and explain to you is just like, I'm so angry, I'm so mad, I can't believe you did this. And they can't even tell you what it is that they did until they've calmed down a bit. And you as the adult need to sit down, just sit next to anger and wait and go, okay, I'm here for you. When you want to talk, when we can talk, let's settle. And then more often than not, you figure out a lot of really interesting things that were behind your anger all along. But it's not easy work to do, and it can feel like it's going to drown you sometimes when it gets really deep. But trust in the process, and that you will come out the other side of both the anger and the sadness that are underneath that. Soup says, it seems I came back at an emotional point. I hope you're all safe out there. Yeah, I'm hoping everybody's safe too. Because it's not necessarily the easiest discussion to be having because, yeah, Jackie's life wasn't necessarily the easiest. So thank you for the well wishes, Soup. Zigzag says, I was taught that being sad around someone is a guilt trip and forcing your problems onto them. But anger is that funny, relatable feeling that's acceptable to show around others. But it's arguably worse and often than sadness. I mean, that is true. Like sometimes people will try and tell you that being sad is a guilt trip. And that's just as bad as telling somebody that anger is terrible. Because ultimately, like I said, those two are siblings. They go hand in hand a lot of the time. And anger could be perceived as a funny, relatable feeling, especially if you are a man or a boy or anything of like that sort of masculine presenting energy, I suppose. More often than not, anger tends to be the emotion that you're told you're allowed to feel, instead of the sadness that you might be feeling underneath, because it's so much easier to push that out of the way. And if you're told that being sad is something that's a guilt trip, or that you shouldn't push your problems onto other people, and that, oh, this is just you looking for attention, you're just looking for attention, you might as well act out. If that's the attitude that you're having directed towards you, then that makes it tricky in order to be able to process both emotions as well. Especially if being sad is guilt trippy, right? Then that means that you wouldn't be able to be vulnerable with other people. Because a lot of the time you need to be able to express that there's been sadness and that there's been hurt, and that you've had all of these complex feelings and emotions bubbling underneath the surface from whatever happened, in order to be able to work through it with somebody and come to healing. So if they stop you from doing that, and if you've spent your entire life squished and repressed and getting smaller and smaller and smaller, there's less room to hold an emotion, isn't there? There's less room for you to be able to grow outward as well. And if anger is relatable and funny and entertaining for other people to see, and if they like to poke you to see what will happen, just because you've got all this surface frustration that's bubbling away because of all the issues that you've had unresolved for so long, my heart goes out to you. I am so sorry people have treated you that way, and that you weren't allowed to feel when you needed it. If you have big feelings that are difficult to express, or that people around you tell you that they aren't safe and that's not their problem, and that they don't want to help you, that doesn't give you much space to be able to grow into the person that you want to be. So if you need some space, this is a safe space for you. come and settle with us. As you can see, I'm quite open to crying on stream or getting frustrated. Like if you'd seen my Octopath Traveler stream at the beginning of the week, you would have seen me getting very frustrated because I couldn't work out how to actually make the game work because it's a new game for me. But all of your emotions are very valid, and I want to make sure that we all have space to be able to express them thoroughly. Even if that means that there's this big tumbling mass, right? And that we go over the top of ourselves and kind of get swept up into a hurricane or tossed around by a rowdy ocean. This space is not just for me, but it's for you. And by me showing all of you my emotions through games like this, I hope that that makes you feel safe enough to maybe someday, even if it's not today, even if it's not tomorrow, even if it might only just be on paper or online, but somewhere, someday, have the space to be able to express yourselves fully and to work through all of the hurt that you keep bundled up. So, thank you all for listening. I guess I went on a bit of a tangent. But this is one of those topics that I feel very strongly about, that we all need to have our own space to be able to express ourselves as we are and to learn, because how else are we going to learn other than by getting feedback from other people? And if the feedback we get is negative, then that doesn't give us room to explore the positive of negatively assigned emotions like sadness or anger, which aren't necessarily bad. They're just there to serve a purpose, which is usually to protect you. When it's looked at like that, that ends up giving you a lot more space to, come out the other side a bit lighter rather than constantly weighed down. So, thank you all for listening to that. I will read the chat again. Vols popped in with oh man, you're gonna hate the Service Flesh pitch with himself. I am, Vol, because that's Homestuck. That's a lot. It is going to be a lot to read. Soup says, I will because I hate everything you just said in that sentence. Are you going on about Ellie Homestuck? I mean, yeah, fair enough. Look, it's a lot to take on board. Zigzag said, Andy, you just put so many things I never managed to say into words. All you've said about anger has just hit me somewhere I didn't know existed. Well, I am glad that it's given you some space. That's all good. Hopefully you can have some space to process that over the next while, and you can do as best as you can for yourself to look after you while you're experiencing things. Ball says, Dasky. Yes, it is. It is. And Celestia says, sorry to say it in a moment of the feels, but I'm a head off now. I'm tired. It's getting a bit late and I have an assessment tomorrow. That's all good. Thank you so much for sticking around, Celestia. We love and appreciate you. You take care of yourself. Rest well. Make sure to drink some water before bed. And we will see you in the next stream. Speaking of stream, we are playing a video game. Why don't we have a look at what the next part is? Everyone is here. Oh, look at Daria. I love how squishy she is. Oh, we got mail. We got mail. But we can't do that until we leave this area. So we're just gonna head back out a tiny bit over here. And have a look-see. Because while I love that all of these spirits and stuff have appeared again, we have spirit flowers to check out, don't we? And meaning to assign. So what did we get, Stanley? A little mushroom. Oh. Oh, that's so cute. We get a tiny little baby mushroom for Stanley. Oh. I don't know why you're here, Alex. Oh yeah, because I was just there. I was just there. Okay. Well, I'm going to quickly check the Looter's Literary Review and see what's here. Third treasure. A good place to start is at the beginning. Enclosed is a chart for reference. Okay. And then whose other chart do we have? We have Jackie's, which should be up here. Let's see what flower you got, my dear. Red dahlia. Letters! We got letters from Jackie. What letters did you give us, Jackie? Because like I haven't seen your letters yet. But as far as like mushrooms go, so for mushrooms meanings, just for general symbolism, at least for mushrooms, they tend to be interesting and beautiful things that grow in periods of darkness and end up bringing color to the rest of the world. And I think that was Stanley for us. They tend to symbolize a lot about transformation, and sometimes they were used to be a good omen and symbolize the earth's best qualities, I guess, and its own lightness being shown. So that's Stanley. And then for red dahlias, so red dahlia meaning, as far as red dahlias go, they symbolize perseverance and the ability to overcome, sort of inner strength that everybody possesses, even in the darkest time. They tend to be given to people who are recovering from illnesses a lot. And just in general, trying to do their best and showing that they're very strong people. Stella, look, I have something to tell you. Now that there are only the two of us here, you might have guessed already, but yeah, I can't really go through the Everdor. Buck can't leave. Buck, are you the next Spiritfarer? Is that what you're telling me? It's really hard to explain. My guess would be that I've already been through it? In a weird, strange way? See what I mean? Sorry to break it to you, but I don't think there's more to it. You, me, us, this world. Listen, I really don't want to push you towards it. Frack no. But you know, I think you should give accepting your fate a try. I'm really not one to give you a lesson, far from it. Funny thing, I don't even know if I myself has accepted it. My presence here might give us a clue. That being said, if you stay, I'll try and entertain you to the best of my abilities, but there's not much I can do, you know? As if I was somewhat limited, as if an invisible barrier existed in me too. I kind of feel it, you know? Sorry, Commander. I'm really sorry. Oh. Vol says, Big Pug, finally the shipping chart is done. I will have a look at that in a moment, Vol. But I'm going to read the crumpled letters from Jackie. Hey, Daria, what's up? I heard you've been doing better since Stella has taken over from me. I'm happy to hear it. The rest of the letter is blank. Dear Daria, I am currently reading a book to deal with my anger issues. It says that the first step to getting better is to ask for forgiveness from the people you've hurt. I know it sounds stupid, but could you... The letter is torn from here. Oh. You were trying to ask for her forgiveness, eh? I know I hurt you. I've been thinking. I feel terrible. I hope you can forgive me. I hope you can forget. I'm sorry. Oh no. Poor darling. I'm sorry you were going through that this time. Alright, let's look at this last chart. And then get this done, and then that will be the end, I believe. Let's see. Okay, so in the middle, all of the lines are very skewed, which makes it a little tricky. But let's look for somewhere like that on the map. Hang on. Alright, where are two islands sort of close together in that kind of a pattern? Further down here maybe? No, I don't see them here. No. No. Okay. Albert Shipping Yard, maybe? Maybe? Let's try that. Alright, so let us go get this last treasures. Let's try that and see how that goes. Let's grab the last of the honey. There's not a lot that we can do for Stella now, is there? Hi, Jacob. It's good to see you again. Though we probably won't be seeing you again for a while, will we? There's Gwen's cabin. Everybody else. Yes! Treasure! Let's see what this brings us. Only some large Glim bottles and stuff. Okay, Buck. You know what? I think for the first time in a while, let's try get some sleep. Alright. Let's stretch. Very good. No, that was a sleep that I reckon we could have used a while ago. But it's just us here. Alright. Good morning. Oh, sorry. Thrush is once again saying to us a simple message. Are you ready for a little side adventure? This one involves the wandering merchant Francis. He carries cargo and stories and doesn't shy away from giving errands to raving rovers. You should run an errand to him, and I will explain it all. Well done, another truly great find, me old buccaneer. Old Harbour was once a nice little promenade. A cozy stop for cheap tourists and weary travellers. It had small cafes with these incredible patisseries. I know, a pirate like myself in a cafe. The Danish is what to die for. I can smell the raspberry filling to this day. Arrgh. Enough about the past. You're a natural captain. An example for our valiant crew. I'm always learning for your example, O great pirate captain. A new Looter's literary review should be coming soon. Okay. Well, given it's one of the last things we have to do, I guess. Let us try resting again till morning. Oh, I guess we can't yet. Because it's still too early to go to bed. Well, what else can we do while we wait? You know what? We'd have plenty of stuff here. Let's go make our boat even more obnoxiously large. We got 4 ovals, space sticks. Open up the Glim bottles while we're here. So this is drawing of Gwen. What? Stanley never met Gwen. How did he draw this? A drawing of a tool. A tool always had a way with children. A drawing of Astrid. Astrid doesn't seem to care for Stanley one bit. A drawing of Summer. Summer comes off as such a positive and calming figure in this drawing. Stanley sure knows how to draw an auto-portrait. You can practically feel Eleanor judging you from that drawing. Drawing of the boat. The boat, the water, the breeze, the seagulls. A perfect sight. Drawing of Gustav. He looks severe. I guess he did not make a good impression. Drawing of Alice. I can still smell the treats Alice would make for him. Buck. Buck always takes the time to mess around with Stanley. Giovanni. Stanley absolutely adores Giovanni. He could spend hours listening to him talk. That's everybody that he met. Vol says, it's Sam's birthday. He's a little birthday jester boy. Lovely. Well, I'm glad that he is a little jester birthday boy. Is Julian doing anything for Kermit's birthday? That's one mighty foundry. When they built it, they were surely thinking outside the book side. Ah. Thank you for that. Okay, so Sun Ballad we need more XP potions for. But we can make the biggest boat in the whole world. When it's 11, I'm gonna go to bed. Nana, ambient chat. Enjoy the shipping charts. Thank you, Vol. I appreciate it. I think that was the stream. I'm just seeing it for nasty files and stuff. Alright, you sleep well, Vol. Rest well. Ooh. Green? Oh, ah yes. Hi, Francis. Oh, a merry adventure, that's right. I need to get into character and dust off a bit of my old method acting. Give me a minute. La 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 la. Roogle, roogle, roogle. Hello, my dear. Welcome to my humble embarkation. I am Phyllis. I pillage villages and steal from the corpses of the day. I have their things. The things of the dead people. Buck, are you sure about this? Sounds macabre. Vol says, you know I won't fucking rest well. Well, I can hope. I can hope and I can dream for your sake, Vol. If you find more of these objects for me, I shall reward you. A shower you with treats untold. That was harder than I thought. How was it? Good, yes? I think I nailed it. Buck wanted a somber tone. I think that came across. Okay. Errands. I need an electrum sheet. 5 electrum sheets specifically. And then the rest of the stuff, not a lot to do, I guess. Peach seeds. I need pulsar ores. I can do hematite. I think I've got enough hematite for the quest though. I do not. Okay, so I'll do the hematite. I don't have bright jelly or anything, but I'll keep going with it. Alright. Let us have a look, because I think there's not much else for Buck to do right now. Let's see, are we allowed to sleep till morning? Not yet. So maybe, just maybe, we might head back to the bus stop. Because I am hoping Hoping that there will be more bits and pieces to do, but there's only like the little side quest things I think to do left. Which are just to do with Buck's treasure chests. Ooh. Goodness gracious. So, visions of oil. Complete the proper errand. I mean, I don't know which errand. But, you know. I think realistically speaking, we're going to need to finish this up. Oh, what's happening in the kitchen? Goodness. That was smoking a lot. Burnt food. I didn't know we could burn food by leaving it that long. Before it didn't burn at all. That, I think, that is going to be... It's going to be time. Because even though we've only got like a little bit more for Bucks, I have no idea how long Buck's gonna do his all his treasury stuff for. But I'm thinking it's nearly Stella's time to go. I have loved this game so much. Zigzag says, I'm feeling nauseous, so I'ma head out soon. I mean, fair enough, Zigzag. You've got to take care of yourself as best as you can. We're about to put Stella through the door. So, if you want to hang around to see that, by all means, feel free. Otherwise, if you're not up for it, you head to bed. We're just going to give a quick hug goodbye to everybody. Well, re-goodbye, because we said goodbye to them earlier. But you'll wait. Alright. That's all good. Oh, this is gonna be... Gwen! Gwen, it's so good to see you. Oh, we've missed you. Hi, Gwen. Hi. Hi. And Alice? Hello? Hello? And Summer, our dear snake. Even Uncle at all. Stanley, dear. Dear Stanley. And Astrid. Daria. Now let's go say hi to Buck, because I think maybe he needs to be the one to take us across. There's Jackie. Oh, yeah, Zigzag, I know. Buck. You're too hungry to help me, eh? Have some popcorn. Can I have a hug? Thanks for everything, Buck. It's been fun. But it's our time to go. Ready, chat? Let's go. From this point onwards, there is no turning back. Do you want to continue? Yes. It feels so strange to have it be so quiet here. Is it just us? Can you hear us, Lily? Can you see us? Please, let us say goodbye one more time to her. I would love that so much. So calm. Thank you for being here with us, Stella. You've had such a long life. You helped so many different people. Press X. Do I dare? Do I dare? Goodbye. Goodbye, Stella. We love you. There's Daffodil. And there is Stella. So, I'm going to... Yeah, the star. Because that's Stella. She was the star of the sea. She was the light in so many people's lives through weary times, and even through their last voyages. And ultimately, we had to go alone, didn't we? But here's what we knew about Stella. We may not have known where Stella was born, but we do know that her family ended up immigrating to northeastern France, I believe, when she was little, where she ended up living out her childhood and teenage years. I think she ended up moving to Quebec with her mother Marie, and then her little sister Lily, who we've met before. Stella was a palliative care nurse. She was in charge of helping increase the quality of life of patients with terminal illnesses. She ended up, much like we saw here, accompanying many that might not have much time left in easing their journey through to the other side. Right up until she herself became ill. Because eventually Stella got sick too. Towards the end of the game, like in the last couple of episodes, we saw kind of glimpses as Stella's life as she was reminiscing about family visits during her childhood, her newfound friendship, which was actually with Gustav in her early adulthood, and her different patients as a health worker in Oxbury, and then her anxiety-filled nightmares. Because her diagnosis and the reason she ended up passing was a rapid form of advancing cancer. And she ended up passing eventually. Daffodil also was with Stella right up until the very end, which is why he carries his own Everlight and everything too. Daffodil was the family pet and Stella's main companion before Stella moved out and took him with her. She always wanted to do the best by absolutely everybody, but had a lot of difficulty keeping in touch with the family. She didn't end up talking to her younger sister Lily for several years, except for on and off, with random spits and spats of occasional postcards and letters. As often happens, we lose touch with the people that we love the most. And even then, right up till the very end, she died surrounded by family. Her mother and her sister, both in the ER, embracing her as she slowly slips away after having been basically in a coma for ages, or what it seems like forever. Realistically, this entire game takes place in Stella's last fleeting moments of being alive, as she starts to slip away into death herself, which is why she carries everybody that she's ever cared for through the door with her, as she slowly starts to consolidate all of her memories and starts to let go of the life she once loved. Thank you, Stella. Thank you for showing us it's okay to move through hard times and to accept there are some things that can't be changed. But we can always try, and so long as we're trying, that's what matters the most, hey? Zigzag says this game hits me in the feels so hard. Me too. I'm trying not to cry. Again. This game is one of those ones that hits you in so many different places, and if you want to play this game, definitely try and go in as, I guess, as blind as you possibly can. But also, know that going in blind is going to wreck you. Because it has for me too, and it has for a lot of us. Thank you all for sharing in this amazing journey with me. I could not have completed this game without you. Zigzag says, goodbye, Stella. Goodbye. Now let's see what's beyond Stella. Spiritfarer. Achievement unlocked. Let it go. In loving memory.
Flowing through the seas of time, memories that were left behind.
The song.
Bring us closer to the end of this journey, where we grew as friends. Take me through the mist and storms, in waters that a place, a world unseen to us all, but it's okay, we'll be together. And I'll take your hand and guide you through all the steps one takes to move on to a place, a world unseen to us all, but I know we will remember. And I'll take your hand and guide you through all the steps one takes to move on to a place, a world unseen to us all, but it's okay, we'll be together, my friend.
Zigzag says, goodbye, Stella, goodbye. Have a great night, Andy. This was a lovely series and an amazing stream. It's been a blast. That it absolutely has, Zigzag. This experience in this game is definitely something I will cherish and hold close with all of you. A very, very emotional blast indeed. Zigzag said, Soup says good night to Zigzag. Thank you for joining us, Zigzag. Thank you for joining us, everybody. Thank you to the game developers too. What the heck? This is such an amazing ride. Absolutely stunning. Well, that, my dears, is going to be the end of our stream for today. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey. For Spiritfarer, I don't think that this was one I could have gotten through without all of you together. And thank you so much for supporting me, for tuning in to every stream, and saying hello whenever you can, and above all else, for taking care of yourselves as best as you possibly can as we work through this muddle that is life in general. I am, because it's been such a ride. I think we will still go raid somebody, but maybe we'll try and do a bit of a slightly different vibe. I'm thinking we will raid Illogical Order, because I believe they are online. Yes, there we go. Illogical Order. Raid has been created. There we go. Thank you again so much to everybody for joining me on this amazing stream. Let's go share the love to Illogical, who is playing Minecraft Skyblock, I believe. And I will see you all on our next stream, which will be on Sunday at 10 a.m. AEST. So yeah, thank you once again for all of your time, your energy, your love, and let us go share this with Illy. Goodbye, good night, or happy time zones wherever you are. Let's go.